What's up, y'all? Welcome back. We're back for some old NASCAR coverage, and we're here live for you guys. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a long 3 weeks. I don't know what it's been, but we're back here live, and we're ready to have some fun today. Tonight, we're bringing you the Cookout 400 qualifying and practice. I forgot to put the practice on there. Practice and qualify. So let's do that. There we go. Now we're official. Cookout 400 practice and qualifying. Yes, it'll be begin here. And coverage will be in here in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, Wade. Good to see you. Oh, wait, wrong stream. Triton, what's up? Eva, what's going on? Ricky, hello, Cowbush fan. Brawny, we're back, baby. Brawny, what's up? Brian, good to see you as well. Wyatt, Ricky, who else is in the chat here? Make sure you guys are saying hello. Richard, what's up? How you doing? Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the stream, and we appreciate every single one of y'all being back here with us. It's been a bit, but I'm so excited for this weekend to get to it. Today we're going to be bringing you the live coverage of the practice and qualifying. We will bring you the live audio of the NBC Sports app for practice and qualifying, so that should be fun here on our channel. And then later on, about an hour after that, when this ends, we're going to bring you the live cover, flag to flag coverage of the clean. What is it? I don't even remember the truck Craftsman Truck Series race tonight. There will be racing tonight here at Richmond, and that is the last one of the year before the playoffs starts. So that should be fun too as well. So we'll see who makes the playoffs, who doesn't make the playoffs tonight. But be with us, hang out, and then tomorrow under the lights at the Richmond Raceway, the NASCAR Cup boys get back to their schedule, and they'll be running the Cookout 400. We'll be bringing you flag to flag coverage of that. And then sometime during the race, we will be bringing you a special giveaway, but not going to tell you when or how or what time we're going to do it, but you'll know when we do it. So that's all I'm going to say. So hope everybody's fun. Had a great 2 weeks off. Anybody watch the Olympic? There it is. The Clean Harbors 250. Brawny, thank you. Did anybody watch the Olympics? That's the question. Did anybody watch the Olympics? Um, I didn't watch much of it at all. So I watched a couple of basketball games. That's about it. So hope everybody's ready to have some fun. Let's get to the. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on a second. Okay, we're back. Okay, I was like, what the heck's happening? But what's up? Let's get to the main page here, and let's get the thing going. Hope everybody's ready to have some fun. On our channel, we're back to doing some racing, and I'm excited to see what we got. And here is Group A. Group A practice. Are they just doing qualifying? I think they're doing. No, this is Group A. Group A practice. Group A, and then this is practice. So let's see how that goes. And these are the Group A contestants here: Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Eric Jones, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell, Ryan Preece, Corey LaJoy, Harrison Burton, Ty Gibbs, Daniel Hemrick, Todd Gilliland, John Hunter Nemechek, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, Zane Smith. And there's your Group A. Yes, kept up with some of my phone. Congratulations, USA. Yeah, I guess the girls won the soccer, which is pretty cool. So, and Wade says Bell will win it in Richmond. That's my backup pick, Christopher Bell. So that's what I got, Christopher Bell for that. So you followed it. There's another one. Riley Herbst. Sorry about that. Riley Herbst is running that 15 car tonight or this weekend. 15 Riley Herbst. And that Xfinity is off, so that's why he's back. What's up? NASCAR is back. That's right, Tony. Good to see you guys, and welcome in, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe as well. The emojis are set for you guys as well, so thank you so much for everything being here as we are going to have some fun here today. Pierce, what's going on? Afternoon, all. What's going on? Good to see you. 20 for the poll. I think that's right, Randy. I think he's going to get either Truex or Christopher Bell. But we'll see. Now Truex, he dominated this race, and of course, Brawny had to remind me that this is the race that Denny supposedly jumped the gun. Oh, let me get the caution count down. That's gonna make that 0 here. Hold on a second. 0. Caution count. God bless God's way, 100%. What's up? I love NASCAR Mohammed. Good to see you. Eric Church, good to see you back as well. Good to see Eric Church back as well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here tonight on the Go at CeeLo. I'm not sure why my thing is jumpy. Let's see why this is jumpy. Something's jumpy here on this screen. I'm gonna have to fix that. Triton's up, dude. Rare weekend. I'm not working these days. Hey, good deal. Prayers get to hang out with us. But thank you so much. Hit that like button for us. See if we can get to 100 likes tonight on the channel. 4 more minutes before the thing. We're good to have you. Oh, Terry, thank you so much. I'm glad to have you guys back too. It's been crazy. We've been doing a lot of Atlanta Braves baseball while you were gone. We did a bunch of games on the weekend too. Last weekend I took the weekend off, so so appreciate everybody hanging out. 277 of us here already, ready for some practice and qualifying. We'll be bringing you the live audio. Watching the Olympics basketball final, USA versus France. Yeah, keep us track of that. And down below, we have a ticker there for you guys too. Preseason football tonight, some baseball as well. Larson's so glad he's in Knoxville, Sherry says. Hosts, while you looked away, there was an Amigos. Oh, boom, boom. Do this right here. Boom, boom. Ha, there you go. There's your Amigos. Thank you so much. 45 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. Help us get to that 100. USA is up 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go. USA is up, and it's not on One USA. It is on the NASCAR NBC app. But we'll be bringing you the live audio here because I watch it on the website. So Sherry Madison's already back in Richmond. Go Minnesota Vikings. There you go. There you go. Go Minnesota Vikings. So this is Group A practice. Then we'll have Group B practice, and then we'll have Group A qualifying, and then Group B qualifying, and then the top 10 will move. The top 5 for each group will move on to round 2. Hey, Pierce, our good Hendon Hooker, he looked pretty good the other night. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm glad to be back, and we'll be here through the next 4 races till the end of the regular season, and then we're gonna. CeeLo's going to go on vacation during the 2 weeks of the playoffs, but it is what it is. Still looking to see if we can get a replacement for me while I'm gone so you guys don't miss anything, but we'll see how that goes. But we're going to be with you for the next 4 races here, all the way ending up to the end of the start of the playoffs, and we're going to see who's going to make the playoffs this year. Logano, what's up? Keeping eyes peeled. Hello, CeeLo. Let's go, Larson. Yeah, Truex deserved the April win, dominated the night, leading over 200 laps. Yes, Bowman on the outside pole. We'll see. Is it on USA? No, it's not, Cyrus. It is on the NBC app. NBC app. So we'll bringing that to you here in just a little bit. But keep hitting that subscribe. We're going to try to get to 19,000 here in the next couple weekends. See if we can do it so we can get to that 19K, maybe 20K before the end of the regular season. 20 is cool. Glad he was there. Sure if you didn't make it back. Larson does not have to be in Knoxville until 9 Eastern. All right, so he's got some time. So he's racing tonight in Knoxville. I was in Knoxville last weekend. That was a lot of fun. Had a good time, get away there. Took advantage of no NASCAR, and it was fun to get away. Aaron says Logano. Lots of Loganos today. Michael says, what's up, CeeLo? What's up, man? Good to see you. Wade says, Big Wade will coach for Bell in Richmond. My goat Reddick's going to win, JJBA says. I think he's got a cool looking paint job, too, with that Mobile 1. So we got 1 minute here. We're bringing the live audio to you guys. Boop, boop, boop. We'll have the live leaderboard, live audio. And then tonight, the trucks, as we do always, just be the live audio and our leaderboard as well. They don't do the cams on the weekends. And it says continue to live. So let's look. Okay. Why aren't you working? Why is all this stuff messing up lately? Live sports. 1 second, y'all. We'll get it going here. Cowbush needs a win. He needs it for sure. He needs a win for sure. Come on. Know what's going on here. 1 second, y'all. Nope.
Each tire's up at a much higher rate than the new pave at North Wilkesboro, so that should have an effect on these tires. The fact of the matter is, we don't completely know yet, Rick, until these guys get in practice and start learning about this tire. And even going into tomorrow, there will still be questions. Going into North Wilkesboro with this type of format, teams mostly agreed what was going to happen, and most of them were wrong. And Penske, they got it right, a few others, but they still, until this track is completely rubbered up, there will still be some questions.
Win or lose, you get up to 10% of your wager back in fan cash.
So a little bit different from what they've been able to experience throughout the year, but back here for 45 minutes of practice with two different options of tires. Dylan Welsh, that's going to keep you on your toes down there.
All right, we're good now.
Who's on what?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an exciting practice session, an interesting practice session.
Yeah, optional tires. So I guess they think it's going to rain tomorrow? Oh, the different tires, yeah.
There's different strategies already. There's some teams that are starting on the primary tire. There's other teams that are starting on the option tire. And for the reason, the cars that are starting on the primary tire, the reasoning is kind of simple. It's the known
Logano win.
You kind of understand maybe what this tire is going to do a little bit more than you understand what the option tire is going to do. That's going to help you just find a good baseline for your car. And then the other reason is simply because they're going to have to run this tire more. So you don't really know yet how many laps.
It's a 40-minute practice for Group A, or are they all together? I guess they're all together. So it's no Group A, Group B.
And then as the track rubbers in, I think we may see some more teams kind of put these alternate tires on, these option tires on, and see how they adjust once the racetrack's been run on a little bit here with this cup tire rubber. So lots of different approaches up and down pit road, including some last-minute audibles of teams that rolled out on one compound and then switched to another. And Kim Kuhn, I know there's some teams that have kind of divided up
Larson win his first sprint car race at 14.
That's right, Dylan. We saw the
Okay.
cars of Chris Buescher.
Group A and Group B qualifying. Gotcha.
Different tires, and I talked to crew chief Scott Graves earlier in the day. They had not decided what they would start on. Now, Chris Buescher does have the reds on, and the theory is here is that they will get a read of each type of tire under the exact same conditions. So the same amount of rubber, the same tints, the same cloud cover. So that gives them a baseline for each under the same conditions. Now, there were teams that made audibles,
See you
like
later.
you mentioned, Dylan. The last minute they changed tires. I saw William Byron put on reds, the one of Ross Chastain put on reds. And to your point, Dylan, it was similar in thinking that conditions during the beginning of practice are going to be the most different than the majority of the race. So the theory Phil told me was that you get a read on the
What's up,
option
Polish
tires
racer?
out of the way to spend more time in practice on the prime tires, so that they know what they're going to have for the majority of the race. They'll be able to spend the majority of practice on yellows. So similar to what Dylan said, but kind of the opposite. Starting with those reds, just get them out of the way, spend the predominant amount of time in practice on that prime tire.
And Rick, the real challenge is it's just hard to see. Like, you look at that 17, I guess it's a little bit easier to see that it's a darker
You're a
sidewall,
huge
because
fan of
that
Denny,
front
awesome.
So, you know,
The
that's
dork
one of the
hamster.
you're gonna see that not only the
William.
tire title, but those little yellow chips and red chips to kind of help the fans
Larson's the
understand.
man. I'm going Gibbs for the win, Tony
See,
says.
I think the largest challenge for drivers and teams today is
NASCAR is back.
you know
That's
as
right,
well as I
Joshua.
do, maybe better than I do. Different sets of tires make your car drive differently. So how do you, as a team, put a set of tires on, get the car driving the way you want?
Keep hitting that
and
like
then
button
put
for
the
us.
other
Try to
set
get to
on,
100
get it
likes.
driving the way you want with those as well. I think that's just going to be difficult. You come here and test, or you come to a race and you put a set of tires on, and the car needs a different setup. It needs to be driven different. It needs to be set up differently. I just think that's the largest challenge for these teams, trying to find a way to make both of those tires go fast.
Jeff, give me the bigger picture. Why? Why are we
Bears
giving
won
these
again.
drivers and teams two options as far as what to put on?
Yes, simply put, you know, there's been a trouble with passing, right? It's been a little bit hard to pass on short tracks, and you know, trying to add another variable and another opportunity with strategy to put a tire on the car that might be better than the next guy and give an opportunity to pass. So it's an experiment.
So Austin Dillon, fastest.
And it works very well in other series. So
Bubba Wallace.
we did it at North Wilkesboro.
Christopher Bell.
First point paying race.
Beast, it's on the NBC Sports app.
There in the 3, that Bass Pro Shops on the hood.
CeeLo, what's up, Lord Withrow?
Red or option tires on. He's the fastest as far as a lap.
I like that Wicks guy.
So far here at Richmond. Really, RCR, Richard Childress Racing, has been looking for any bright spot in the 2024 season. And maybe this is it. Seeing
You're welcome.
Austin right now at the top of the speed chart.
Look at Austin Dillon. Unbelievable.
His teammate is on the prime, which is Kyle Busch. He's currently 18th fastest. And you look at the difference, about 0.4 of a second faster.
Win tonight,
Kyle
win
Busch
tomorrow.
and
Go Young
Austin
Money
Dillon.
Larson.
Austin Dillon is faster by 0.4 of a second. And those are the different type of tires. Now, the difference between Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace, that's only a 1/10. Actually, a little less than a 1/10 of a second between the 3 and the 23. And
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think
Someone's been doing some practice
we're gonna
these
really
last
learn
2
anything
weeks.
about the tires. It's what the teams do, right? Because every car, there's, you know, the other thing that struck me when the cars pulled off, Jeff, it's been a long time since we had all 36 cars.
5 o'clock, so we'll be on at
This place was
4:30
busy.
Central.
I think I've become a little accustomed to 20 car or less than that, 18 car practices. Because if you look out right now at this 3/4 mile track, dang, it could be halfway
All
through the race.
F-ball
There are cars
prods. You're welcome.
Yeah, so far 28 cars. Now 31 cars have been on track.
Reminds me to look at your message, F-ball prods. I never did yesterday.
For, you know, the teams, it's not just, as Jeff pointed out, how your car handles, but are the tires faster? If so, for how long? What kind of wear do they promote? You mentioned Bubba Wallace. He's made a huge shift in the points recently. I mean, all the way down to only now
7 back.
7 back, right? And I didn't think it was possible that somebody could make their way in on points. Him and Booty Barker on the bottom right 5 or 6 weeks ago.
Yesterday,
But
you said you sent me a
worked his way
message,
to
but I don't
only
see it.
7, which now is very obtainable. Now, you have to think there may be a new winner. I know Booty's not
What up, Dallas?
hat on the fact that they only have to make up 7 points, but 7 points might be enough. And, you know, 5 weeks ago when it was outside 50, I thought it was going to take an absolute
No,
run.
oh, I need a sleeper, no name pick for this race from my fantasy league, saving big names for the playoffs.
To go, there are 4 drivers that haven't won that are still above that cut line. The top of those being Martin Truex Jr. at 108 points. But you get down to Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, Bubba Wallace, those guys very tight between the 3 of them, 17 points separating them.
I mean, heck, Austin Dillon is in the first, is in the lead. Take Austin Dillon.
Final season for Martin Truex Jr. as he announced his retirement.
Oh, okay,
Iowa
that's
race
you.
earlier
Okay,
this
gotcha.
year. Will step away from full-time racing and still looking for a win. It has been quite some time, but this is a
Pretty
racetrack
good, Jason.
where
Jason.
Martin Truex Jr. has had great success.
Keaton from the UK. Aaron, what's up?
You know he would love to get a win in that final year too, Rick. I mean, they want to make the playoffs. They want to make a championship run.
So Dillon is on the option tire, where
we talk a lot about it, Jeff, but it's
Bubba
not
Wallace
the
and
wins,
Christopher
right?
Bell
I
are
mean,
on
he raced to
prime.
win. I know looking
So
back
there's a
at my
mix
career,
of
I
different
put so much
tires
pressure on myself
on the
to
track
win
right
playoffs,
now, but the
trying to
fastest
make
car
runs,
is
but I can't
Austin
really
Dillon.
remember. I was never fortunate enough to win a championship. Maybe that would have changed.
And he
I would
is
have a great
on
memory of a
the
certain year.
option
But other
tire.
than that, I remember the wins more than the playoff runs.
Talk about wins and how monumental they can be. Well, back in 2021, Martin Truex Jr. and for
JNX,
so many
it's
years, we
NBC
talked
Sports
about Martin
app.
not being able to win on a short track. Well, 6 wins later, Martin Truex Jr. is pretty darn good on short tracks.
Yeah, I think Martin Truex and this team with nothing to lose, right? Martin's driving free. He's loose. He's
I know it, F-ball prods. No, sir.
I think they're very dangerous.
Doing
I
the
think
truck
this team
race.
Going into the playoffs, we know when they get fast, they are really fast. And
What's dude
I
good?
I wouldn't count
Yes,
them out.
sir.
I know they haven't had the year.
Tracy,
the wins, Steve,
good to
you were
see you.
talking about, but you know they are 100 points safe. For
Yeah,
the
Herbs.
playoffs.
I don't think he'll win, but I just think it's weird that the 3 is up there.
But still, I think a relaxed Martin Truex is a dangerous one. And
I believe so.
where he is right now.
Like,
Look at the numbers there. 461 laps led, but again, the win column still empty.
35 minutes here in this practice. They're all practicing together.
Interesting story for the driver of the 20. Christopher Bell behind the wheel. And normally on top of the pit box, you would have, Adam Stevens. And this week, Adam Stevens is not going to be on top of the pit box, even though they've tried to adjust the pit box and the seat because, whoa, sideways there.
Oh, gotcha.
Adam Stevens over the break.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Being a normal dad and trying to impress his kids, and on a diving board, had an incident where he had to have both of his knees operated on. And so he right now is in a position where
yes, Tracy, I am.
Straight. And so Adam Stevens is not.
There's a link already for it.
And on the box will be Chris Sherwood.
I'm sure Adam Stevens will be monitoring closely with all the information and tools they have at home.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, they just do that all the time. I don't know why they do that.
That they do have from home, right? It's a different look. You're not on the pit box. You're not with your guys, but
2 cars in with the prime tires in the top 5 are Bubba Wallace and Christopher Bell.
Just a massive flow of information from their shops to the
So it looks like all Toyotas are with the prime tire.
Spending the evening tomorrow evening, or even right now today, spending time in there. He's going to be very involved in what's going on with access and technology.
Yes, it does.
Kim.
And in talking with crew chiefs this morning, kind of that sweet number they were looking for in terms of when are the option tires going to start to really fall off was between lap 25 and 30. And so right now we're seeing teams hit that 24, 25, 26 lap run. So, Steve, something to look for. Can the prime tires hopscotch the option tires that we're seeing out there as we're hitting that kind of 30-lap mark on this first run?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, this is going to sound kind of rhetorical, but good cars are still fast, regardless of the tire they're on. You look at the 3 of Austin Dillon, top of the board, right? He just ran a 24.76 at lap 27. Behind him, Bubba Wallace, 28.50, so a little bit quicker. But then you look at Bell, 28.70. So I don't see a clear deviation quite yet. I don't have enough sample size, I think, at this point. If you look at the 15-lap
match
averages,
perfect staggered special.
5, 10, and 15-lap averages. Are they favoring?
Be crazy if he did, Lord Withrow.
It favors whoever car's fast, to be quite honest. I don't see a trend between tires one way or the other. I really believe this is a tire situation. I say that. That may be a lie. The 99, the 1, the 17, and the 3 are all top 4 and 15-lap average, and they all started with the option.
Well, I forgot my cars.
So I think to answer your question, Rick, yes. From a 20,000-foot view, it seems like the option tire for 15 laps definitely dominates that average lap time.
Seven of Corey LaJoie out on track, and over the break, the news came out that Corey LaJoie would not be returning to Spire. And so that made you scratch your head.
Right, F-ball, C-man.
Because now where does Corey LaJoie go?
Martin Truex is going to win. We'll see.
Very talented race car driver.
He dominated the last one.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see where Corey ends up.
Okay.
Obviously, Corey has been a big part of the news for several years, right? Corey, was one of those drivers that made it pretty public that, he was driving for an underfunded team. He knew he could do it with a really good team, and got a chance, to build this team up. And now that they've gotten to their higher level, now they're going a different route. And he's heartbroken about that. And but he's a fighter. He's not going to quit. He's going to, he's got to tough himself through this. This has happened to all of us.
I don't know. Those are questions I don't know. We'll find out together, I guess.
It doesn't mean.
Question is, if you qualify with the option tire, do you have to start the race on those tires? I would say so, yes, because the car becomes locked after you qualify. You can't make changes where you go to
Steve,
the
I
back
think
of the pack.
All of us thought that when the announcement came out that Rodney Childers was going to Spire, he was going to be.
That's what I would say.
That those two were going to pair up. But now the news of Corey LaJoie not being there, does that change kind of how you look at Rodney Childers' move to Spire?
I look at the Rodney Childers move like a college team hiring a big-name coach. I look at like somebody trying to go get Nick Saban.
Right. That's why I agree with William.
Or like the Clemson coach, or just any of these big-name coaches for the recruiting. Now, I know that's high school kids trying to move to college, but I look at it where there's a...
Now, you have the option to choose after the race starts, but whatever you qualify on is what you got.
Some without financing. But when you say, hey, what do you have that the next team doesn't when we have the same cars and the same opportunities and all these same things? I think Rodney Childers is something you can say, this is what we have. We have a championship crew chief. Maybe that's a difference maker. Plus, anytime you get somebody like Rodney Childers in your garage, I think it's a good
You think
choice.
Corey Jock gets the third spot at front row next year? I don't think so. I think he's going to run trucks. That's cool looking, David. It should be right here.
I'm pretty decent. I'm just a little too tight in the middle there as I run, so I'm starting to having to make it too loose with other things.
Good forward, buddy. You look really good right there. That
Keep hitting that subscribe button for us too, y'all.
Not really an issue, just tight in the front.
And it kind of passed the eye test. He was in front of Brad Keselowski, who was on the primary tires. Brad didn't close in on him, but here's the interesting thing. They brought
29 minutes to go. How many sets of option tires do they get? So since they're optioning both, I'm sure it's half of what they normally get.
So, Rick, a good way, I mean, there's definitely more. I'm willing to state there are more speed in the option tire. I mean, if you look at it, there's only 5 prime tires in the top 16. The rest are all red, stacked up around
Nancy.
our fast lap. The red tires are dominating 10-lap average, dominating 15-lap average. And, you know, we don't do 30-lap averages. But Jeff and I are looking on here, and there are cars down there at lap
Now, this is
35.
practice, CT.
And I look at Truex. Those guys on the red tires at lap 35, Jeff, they have definitely slowed down more than the cars on the yellows. Now,
That's surprising that Larson is 32nd.
Comes into play is that, you know, cars are moving around the racetrack, just as I said that. The guy that was really moving around on the racetrack was Ross Chastain, and this makes it a little bit hard to understand exactly the fall off because some drivers.
What's up, Kelly? Good to see you. 2 sets of option tires, Roger says. Thank you, Roger.
For a long time on the option tires, so he by changing
should pop up down there below what the
was. So that's something
time
that
is.
Crew chief, driver, engineers after practice have to sit down and have that conversation. Yes, I do think our car is good, but keep in mind we changed lanes. We were up there when nobody else was. Was that fooling us a little bit? Our cars maybe not be as good as we think it is just because
What's with the Dillons, Bronny?
Has been a little bit vocal about having 2 groups and how hard it is to understand where you compare. So now we have one group, but we have 2 different sets of tires. Yeah. So I'm not in at least multiple lanes on the racetrack. There's going to be a lot of head scratching looking at this data tonight.
Kim, what about the 48 and 19?
What's up, Jake?
Yeah, for the 48 of Alex Bowman, the car just not where they needed to unload. Alex described it as really tight in the center, which we typically see here at Richmond. He said the entry was okay, but tight from the apex off. It was not bad enough to come in for adjustments, so they kept going, but they certainly will need to continue to work on that car. No report yet from Chase Elliott, but he's got quite a few less laps put on the track than the rest of the field at just 22. That was by design. Crew chief Alan Gustafson told me they did not want to send him out on a green track. They wanted a lot of rubber laid down before they tried any tire out there here at Richmond.
Is it okay if I will tell you?
What's up, Ronnie? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm glad too.
Percent of the race to realize
Anthony, it's on the NBC app.
I know it has a number on it. The new scheme, it looks great. I'll give Coke great looking car, but it's just going to take me a little bit to be able to get the right car number and driver in it.
I'm a little surprised at where he is on the speed chart, at the bottom.
Well, now that we know that he waited, that probably took away some of the speed. I think the track, as it gets rubber, loses grip overall. And I think that just shows you the confidence that Alan Gustafson has. He goes, look, I don't care where we are on the speed chart. Look, this is a track.
18th, Kelly.
You can win in the spring and be awful in the fall. Same car, same setup. And nobody can really explain it. And I think Alan is just going through, okay, what are the variables that maybe gets us dialed out, right? Jeff, like maybe he goes back and looks at his notes and say, we make these adjustments on a clean
Anytime you
racetrack.
want to
I don't wanna
see
do
someone's
sit,
driver, just let
wait.
me know.
I'm not
Say,
worried
hey,
about
CeeLo, let
timing.
me see where
If the
this guy's
driver's good,
at.
We're going to be good in the race.
It's so interesting how going out
You just download it helpful off your phone or your iPad or tablet,
The track get rubbered up, and you go out there. All the Penske cars, you know, if you're
or it's on the
if you're
NBC
a
website,
Giordano
but you
fan,
got to
it's
have
gonna be
a
fast.
provider
Last
to
cars
bring it
on the
in.
racetrack, and you're not going to do much better than that. Even with if you had the fastest
Hit that like
car
button
here, it
for
wouldn't
us.
matter.
Thank you so much, guys.
They do that because they're trying to get on a racetrack that is more similar to what it's going to be tomorrow night. We all know it's faster. We all know it's going to be better when you first go, but it fools you a little bit. So you have to have that confidence that you talked about to not worry about where you are on the sheet.
He is in the hauler right now.
As we take a look at Zane Smith in the 71.
I know.
Short tracks have not been his forte. This racetrack, his best finish, it was earlier this year, was 35th.
22.698 for Austin Dillon.
He's finished there twice. So short tracks just haven't worked out for Zane Smith.
Yeah, Big J. I don't know what's up with that.
Change with Richmond here in the late summer, early fall.
And this place is brutal, too, and your car doesn't drive good. None of them drive
24
very
minutes
good,
left.
But when you drive worse than the others, man, it is a long day. Although currently 5th on overall fastest lap, 5th on 15-lap average, inside 6th on 10-lap average. So it seems like this 71 car, so far, looks pretty decent.
You remember the last race we were at, guys? I know it was quite some time ago. Indianapolis?
Yes, I remember it.
Okay.
That seemed a long time ago.
I don't know if a lot of us knew it, but there was a little bit of a issue between Zane Smith and Chris Buescher. Take a look at this on the last
Kyle
lap.
Busch is 18th.
It's only really an issue if you like Chris Buescher. If you like Zane Smith, it's not of an issue, but he just runs the, I mean, you see, he runs the 17 down into the grass, which 17 is one of those cars in this points battle. You know,
What a race that was, y'all, the Indy race.
The regular season and everything that's going.
Our record race.
Hard to tell exactly how many, but
a lot of cars going fast.
For Ash, what's up?
Yeah, it didn't help him. That's for sure.
So the 17 has switched. They went from the red tires, which are the option. They're putting on the yellow, it looks like. Prime. Kim, what else is happening with this team?
Well, Chris gave his team the feedback at the end of that run for those option tires, the red lettering. He said towards the end, I lost entry, was rolling over on the right front tire, and the right rear felt slimy. So keeping that in mind, Steve, and I'll give this to Jeff too, if your driver is telling you that about the option set of tires, and we know the balance is going to be different on the prime set of tires, which they just put on with that yellow lettering, can you guess as a crew chief what the balance is going to do now on the prime, now that you know what it is on the option?
I don't have enough experience to guess, and I don't believe the teams do either. There's been a few guys that have ran this, back and forth at different tests and at different racetracks, but I think here at Richmond, there's not a lot of confidence exactly what it's going to do. I think that's why it's so important to just kind of get both underway.
Austin driving Kyle's car. They swapped them.
Always felt like whenever the car went faster with different tires at a tire test or even setup.
Coach, happy Saturday. What's up, man? Missed you guys too.
Yeah, and so I believe.
Let's go, Larson.
That if you're going from options to the primes, I believe it's not going to. It's going to be freer, I would think. But look, this is, who knows? This is a learning opportunity for everybody. It'll be interesting to see what these teams say when they get done.
Freer everywhere or just in and off is going to be the $1 million question.
Ends no good.
Dylan's driving Dylan's car.
We don't keep that.
There's Kyle Busch there.
Earlier, how fast Austin Dillon was, and teammate Kyle Busch. You take a look at the numbers for Kyle Busch at racetracks. 8 times he's won at Bristol. 6 times he's won here at Richmond. One of his better tracks.
Could Rowdy pull it off this weekend? Wouldn't that be something?
For a win here in 2024 to keep a streak alive. 19 years he has won a race. And
my cable is included in with my rent, and I don't have Wi-Fi.
Yes,
oh,
making
that sucks.
the playoffs would be great, but getting a win in this year would keep that streak alive, which he holds over everyone that's ever been.
That number 3 is back where it belongs,
NASCAR.
Patrick says.
19 consecutive seasons with a win.
6 times, yeah, for Rowdy here.
Team team circled. I want to see, you know, rarely do we get 2 weeks off. I mean, this is the longest break we've seen in NASCAR in quite some time. And so it's, you know, does it allow this 8 to rejuvenate, refocus, something? Because not only has it not been a great year, it didn't start awful, but most recent, it has really tapered off.
I haven't watched a bit of it
Yeah,
in R8,
so, you know, did the
89.
2 weeks kind of recharge, refocus? Did they find something in car development, a combination of all three?
And we'll be embedded with the 18 tomorrow during stage 2. And Dylan, you're right down there watching on this 18.
That's right, and they've actually made an engineering change as well. Ben Lynch is the new race engineer for Kyle Busch starting this weekend. So if nothing else, those
We're
2
saving
weeks
Kyle
off
for the
were
Roval.
a good opportunity for them to just reevaluate.
Where the heck is Chase Elliott?
From car to the guys making the decision. So we'll see how that pays off for Kyle. The other thing too I thought was interesting was
35th fastest.
and he made the comment about how this practice session
35th
for Kyle just from a laps perspective.
Big Wade says Bell.
Back when Kyle was always racing the Truck Series and the Xfinity and in the Cup all in the same weekend, that track time just helped Kyle kind of understand what he needs from the race car. It's an obvious point, but
he's just taking care of that Coca-Cola car.
Just some speed or just some good luck, frankly, with this 8 car. Having this full 45-minute practice session, they hope was going to be able to help them get a little bit closer to where they wanted to be for the race tomorrow.
19 minutes left in this practice.
You know, it's hard to say this about Kyle Busch and Richard Childress for that matter, but they're going to have to be drastically better than they've been.
I'm glad you're here, Kelly. Not only do you watch NASCAR, you like to watch the Braves too.
We've all been part of just, you get behind, and this garage is so competitive. When they got you down, they're going to step on you and try to do everything they can to keep you down, and you just...
Oh, I think it's back, Patrick.
More of that without hurting the center. But drive off is probably my worst issue. Like, if we got to work on drive off and drive off could help entry, that would be great.
So basically,
that was rowdy.
Loose in, tighten the middle, loose off. Pretty standard. But what he said, you know, he knows that already, so he doesn't bark on that. He said, hey, I could use a little bit of that more on entry, meaning I need to be a little more secure, but I can't be tighter in the middle. But then he says, hey, my biggest concern is the exit, right? And if you can help my exit and my entry, that would be a double win for me. So now as a crew chief, I'm thinking, okay, there's certain things.
What's up, David?
Some bias entry, and some probably affect them both the most. I would kind of go to that thing, you know, that type of change first.
By the way, you notice the yellow Goodyear lettering and a little scuffing on both of the wheel wells there. He got into the wall, so obviously a little bit closer than he wanted to get.
Look out for that 51 on Sunday.
And it has been
Justin Haley.
one of the best 2 weeks.
How's the 22? What's up, Lloyd?
As he was enjoying the Olympic break.
24th fastest for Joey Logano.
And just this last week, it was announced he'll be back for another season with Trackhouse Racing. So 2 great things happening for Daniel Suarez.
Won a race in Brazil? That's like a hat trick.
Yes. It's been a
Keep hitting that like, keep hitting that subscribe. Let's see if we get to 200 likes.
Track being faster.
Been a bit since we got 200 likes.
So a little hint about
Baseball doesn't bring the crowds that we have for racing. How about the watermelon man?
He just put them
He's
on.
back there in 15th.
He was about 25th fastest before, put tires on late in practice, and went to 18th. So that's with the option tire. So that tells me that there is speed in that option tire. There's blast off speed right ahead of him is Gilliland. He's on his best lap was lap 45. He put on the option tire as well to run that pace.
How long have I been watching it? Like I remember seeing Ricky Rudd's nasty flip. Oh man.
These guys 45, 44 on options.
The other unintended thing that I believe it's doing.
It's been a long time. I go back. Daryl Waltrip was my favorite driver. Western Auto was his sponsor. That's how far back it goes for me.
So, you know, our cameras, they'll self-clean. But These are the small things you don't think of. What kind of screens do you have on your brake cooling?
Right.
What kind
But I always like that
protections do
Ricky
you have in
Rudd
the radiators?
Tide
These are
car
other
as
areas of the
well. I like
car
that Ricky
where
Rudd
a
Tide
tremendous
car.
amount of rubber buildup will be an issue. This has always been a tire-wearing racetrack.
Jesse Love next week. Let's go.
It didn't really seem like it filled the grills like it would at a place like Darlington. So who knows? It could be one
Suarez is wearing Prime tire.
And Steve, that's a great point.
So now Prime, pretty much all the Toyotas are in the Primes. And also, no, all the Toyotas are in the option car tire.
Rubber that is potentially going to be getting into those openings or possibility.
Seems like all the Fords are in the Primes.
Tyler Reddick right behind him. Pair of 2311 teammates. Man, this is.
I take that back because Gillinan is on the option tire. Joey Logano is on the option tire.
There's a change like this tire option. I think that's where teammates are so important because when this
Davey Allison was your
done,
favorite.
They're all going to go sit down and they're going to have a conversation. And those conversations,
Awesome, Aaron.
You certainly look at data. You certainly do all that stuff. But
he was after DW retired. I became a Sterling Marlin fan.
Measure, Steve. Those things matter, and how you're going to change setups going into tomorrow's race. Change whatever changes you can make when you go from one tire to the next. When you put them on. A lot of that comes down to decisions that isn't data-based. It's based off of
14 minutes left in this practice. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe. Then we're going to go to qualifying. You were 4 when Senior died? Oh, my gosh, dude.
77. The yellow rookie stripe on the back bumper.
Yep.
Don't worry about them.
Those Toyotas, baby. Those Toyotas.
When you're off for 2 weeks from the Cup
Surprise.
Series, what do you do? Well,
They're Truex, they're 4th fastest.
So Carson went to Millbridge
Alan Kowicki in that 7 Hooters. Speaking of Hooters,
continued to race.
no more Hooters in NASCAR. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. You will enjoy this channel, Christian. I'm telling you.
There's Michael McDowell.
Jeffrey Bodine, yeah.
Kim,
that Budweiser 11.
Doing pretty good right now. Single run speed, currently top 10. But as we talk about, teammates and how important they are, the 34 team of Michael McDowell and his crew chief Travis Peterson.
Mark says he likes all of them, but some more than the other.
Earlier in the season, it was announced Michael McDowell was moving to Spire Motorsports. During the Olympic break, it was
yep.
announced that Travis
Schrader, Kenny Schrader in that Kodak 26. Was it 26 or 25? I can't remember.
They lose the support from their manufacturer, their alliance partner, Penske, their teammate, the 38 team, and so that's information that
Steve Parks in that one Pennzoil car.
Asked Travis this morning, is it compounded when you have something thrown at you like an option tire? And he said, absolutely. That's just another factor where we would benefit from additional information that we are not getting. So really anything that this team is able to do, they are doing on an island for the rest of
27. Thank you, Kelly. I was off. Kodiak. That's right. 27.
Great decision by Spire, I believe, to bring Travis over with Mike McDowell. We saw the season they had a year ago, winning.
Number 1 in the Black 3.
Getting into the playoffs.
We'll honor him today at the truck race on lap 3. We'll honor Dale Sr.
They have won and lost, Jeff, right? There's been some bad pit calls that have gone the wrong way.
Dale Jarrett in the Interstate 18, yeah.
Scar tissue between driver and crew chief, I think, kind of builds that bond. So I think that's a great combination that they'll have.
Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte. There you go. Dale Jr. just got here. What's up? Oh.
Of course, with their association.
James, good to see you, buddy.
Gibbs Association. With the Commanders. That's where
Ty Gibbs, Eric Church. There's your boy. 1 top 10 finish at Richmond.
Their training camp.
Yes, sir, Patrick.
Ty, a guy who seems to be just on the verge.
Yeah, they are. I don't know what's going on with that.
At this highest level.
Yeah, look at that. Chase, Larson.
Yeah, consistently runs.
Parker Retzlaff.
I think this team is missing it a little bit.
Byron.
I think during the race, like they qualify well, they take off fast, but it seems like during the race they don't get better. It seems like that other teams are able to maximize their car more during the race. when I look at that team, that's what I feel like that's their weakness.
I was living in Daytona when Gordon won his first 500.
Stay ahead of the car setup. You got to stay ahead of
I was going to school in Daytona.
And I just feel like that's where they're missing it.
And I wonder if that's not just the experience of the driver. I think one of the hardest things, it starts with as a race car driver.
Old Terry in that Cornflakes 5. What's going on, Josh? Good to see you.
Can you convey what you need with the car?
You like Carlos and Bessie?
Like the next level, if you're in college,
keep hitting that like button for us. Keep hitting that subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 likes.
Where do I need next run? Which direction is the track going? What do I need my car to do 100 laps from now, right? Like, with Jeff Gordon was so good at Martinsville because at lap 50, he could tell you if you were close enough for lap 250. He
Brother lives in Holly Hill.
The car was going to drive like. That was amazing as a crew chief.
I'm going Eckes tonight, David.
I don't blame
Eckes.
It's an experience thing. You have to give them 3 or 4 or 5 years, and I think they will learn. That's what makes a guy like Hamlin.
There you go, Darwin.
So good, and Truex so
you don't win nothing in practice.
They know where their car is going or what it's not doing that it needs to do.
That experience.
Gotcha, Aaron.
Playing in.
Yeah. It looks like a race out there between the 2 different tire compounds.
Yeah, I don't see that either, Bronny. When you talk about that, where are you looking, Bronny?
Next to impossible for me in a real.
Because I don't see that on mine.
I just don't know.
It is very difficult with different tires on. They put them on at different times.
Josh.
All the traffic. It is very difficult to understand who's fast.
9.5 minutes left in this practice, and then qualifying as we look at the 5 of Kyle Larson, who right now has the option tires on, the red lettering on the sides. But qualifying, they have to be on
Ethan, it's on the NBC Sports app.
And something historic could possibly happen today if Kyle Larson is able to win the pole. It would be the 4th short track in a row that he would win the pole. If he would do that, that hasn't happened for 40 years. The last person to do that was.
Thank you so much, Charlene.
And by the way, it was
Charlene. Thank you.
So what I will say is, in this confusion of practice, one thing that's consistent is you have the Hendrick cars 27th, 32nd.
Oh, okay.
35th, 36th. Now I know they wait.
I got raw feed.
On the racetrack.
So I'll say I don't never seen that before.
Are they okay with their cars? Are they driving good?
Let me go to that on my NASCAR.com.
Their overall speed currently is not good, but it's like comparing apples to oranges to the guys that were out there right away. So this is one that we're going to have to really.
Hey, Josh Berry. Okay, I got it now.
And I'm really talking about
Kyle Busch second in overall lap average.
I'm going to put in my fantasy line.
So Jeff,
got it now. Qualifying is televised.
Answer correctly or not, but here's Kyle Larson, who went out on.
I think both of them are on the NBC Sports app.
Because
I never see it on.
Tires, so the car is going to feel different, correct? What he's feeling right now. Then you're going to add
Gary Bush, Haley, Dillon, Jarrett Jones. So Dillon has got 4th fast overall and the fastest speed. Howdy guys, what's up, Hunter?
Because of lack of practice, because of the way the normal schedule.
Oh, you're welcome, Mark. This is just the type of the iceberg. It gets better. If you've never watched our show before, it gets better. Keep hitting that like button. Share the stream out, guys. Well, if it's not, we'll be here anyways. It doesn't matter, Hunter.
Steve, as a crew chief,
7 minutes left.
Are you doing different adjustments?
I mean, it's pretty much if he's 4th and best overall at lap average and he's 1st in speed.
I would like to know what the change in tires
That's saying something. Also, Bubba Wallace, he's 2nd fastest, but 7th overall fastest. Best lap average. James, Tennessee.
Well, then maybe you need a little
Thank
bit
you, Jake.
air pressure, or just take a little bit of wedge out when you go to that
Yeah, that's right. When we hit that 19,000. I still see Josh Berry.
Practice session. When they started the practice session, they had
Bessie because of the Olympics.
The yellow lettering, which is the prime, and a set of the red lettering, which is the option. So two sets of tires.
Dylan is on the prime tire and he's fastest.
And they could put them on
How did you become a Braves fan? It's the closest team to Tennessee.
And it seems as though quite a few people have done different strategies as far
How's
as
Hocevar looking?
What each tire does and
he's 6th fastest.
They're going to try to utilize them.
That's the other thing is.
And 11th overall
runs clean and green.
lap average.
Green flag running here, green flag cycles, and we talk a lot about.
I still see Josh Berry on mine, unless it need to refresh it.
The track itself lends itself to green flag pit stops because the way pit road entry and exit work, you run basically a half a lap while you're on pit road. So there couldn't be a track that I think it could mix.
I don't know. It's on hold right now, Triton.
Come up with 2 or 3 real good ways to use
eventually.
tires.
Yeah. Well, I saw you and Todd during the week.
What am I going to do when I move to Florida? Let's keep on doing what we're doing. I'll just use the zip code for Braves on Valley.
Because there's no doubt there's fire off speed.
I guess you could do that.
Set on with 8 or 10 laps to go. If you don't have reds, you're going to be sitting in the water. I think you have to have a set of reds. But at the end of stage 2 is, can I get points? Can I save a lap? Like, where else can I have 2 sets of reds? The challenge is there's only 8 sets for the whole stinking race. That is not a lot of tires where you fall off so much in speed. So it hasn't been a problem because it's been green. But if we have a
I still have Josh Berry as overall.
9 yellow flag race, there is going to be high sale of Tums and Pepto-Bismol on top of the pit box.
On lap averages, yeah, I have at 24.003.
And like always, Rick, I'm going to wait and see who wins, and I'm going to tell you that's how I'd have done it. Just like
you're in Panama City, awesome, Raptor.
That's the one. Told you.
Congratulations to Eric.
I did.
Their first wedding anniversary with his wife, Holly.
Okay, I'll go back out. Look at that lap average.
All right, Jeff, which car do you want to get in? Do you have a pick? Which one's the best?
I'd have
Jimmy
no
Spencer, oh my gosh.
Very few times do we sit up here and watch practice and not have a definite, okay, that's the best car, that's one of the, but today, it's very hard. There's so many cars on track, when they put tires on, when they went out on race track.
4 minutes.
So many variables today that we normally don't see. And
it's our goal, Jake. It's our goal.
In the day, I thought the 6 car of Keselowski looked really good. He's sitting there 26
total laps.
So what am I talking about? But on a long run, I thought his speeds looked really, really good.
Christopher Bell's ran 80 laps. Overall fastest lap average.
Isn't that what we like, though?
Christopher Bell is 9th.
Out here, we don't know. So that's why we enjoy racing, because when the race starts, we don't know who's going to surge ahead or who might have speed late in a run.
Yeah, get you some hush puppies and a burger.
Let's take a look back here at Bubba
and some
Wallace.
corn dog nuggets. Ooh, Bubba locked up big time.
Not unusual at this racetrack getting into turn 3. Just the way the straight and the banking going into the corner, where they meet, and the setup of the race car, the left front tire gets really light.
I wish my thing would update
it's
too.
really easy to lock that thing up. You'll see it in qualifying. It won't surprise me one bit in qualifying to see several cars do that.
Now I got hit. Now it updated. Justin Haley, Kyle Busch. Have you heard any D23 stuff? I haven't heard anything about the parks at all.
Junior out there in the 47.
Was that tomorrow?
Did a little spring cleaning in the middle of the summer.
2 minutes left.
For Ricky, was organizing his helmet collection. You have a helmet collection, Jeff?
I do. I have a lot of helmets.
You display them?
I do.
This is really weird if this is currently live as I'm typing this. What time is it there where you're at? I'm at 4:13 Central. Okay, have you heard anything? Because I have not.
24 right there, the last car in line.
Yeah, I saw that
too. A little bit ago on the radio, he was talking about how his car feels very close to how it did in the spring. I went back. You ran 7th in the spring. So
yeah, because the trucks are qualified. Who's on the pole? I didn't see.
I'm not sure that's the reference they're looking for. He goes on to talk about how it's just not a very big window, and I think that's sometimes what you're looking for.
Daryl's got the Vikings Raiders. How's the Michigan quarterback doing?
But how big of a window is it? Is it like
Eckes, on the pole. I told you.
A cloud cover change, a set of tires change.
My pick.
Your good car goes bad, or is it a nice big
I got you.
Perfect zone? Like how big's the bullseye? And when the bullseye is very big, that allows the driver to change his driving style, allows the crew chief to make some adjustments.
My boy, Eckes.
Very, very small, you become a little gunshot. Half pound of air, and you go from good to bad. You know, one round of wedge, you go from bad
Majeski,
to good.
huh? Should be a good
when he
road
said
into
the
turn
window's just
one.
not very big,
Majeski and
it's more just how
Eckes.
fast you are. It's how drivable is the car. You know, maybe he's talking about setup. Maybe he's talking about driving. Maybe he means the window of entry speed. Hey, if I carry a little too much speed or do something different.
All right, 57 seconds left. Hit that like button for us. Keep hitting that subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 likes. Qualifying's up next.
All right, Steve, you asked me which one I want to drive. Shocking news, this 20 car. You know, I look at what he did that last run on the option tires. He had about 40 laps on his tires. The last lap was a 25 flat. He's sitting there third fastest overall. So that tells me that this car has good takeoff speed. It had good long run speed on that run. So there might be
USA 1, nice.
As good as that. I'm not real sure, but that car to me, when I just look at the data and then when I watched him on track, he looked very much under control, which wouldn't surprise me if this one wasn't one of them as well.
Well, Adam Stevens, Rick, you mentioned he's home.
It's all Triton needs to be buying some more stuff. He's got so much Disney stuff already.
20 car.
Go get Triton hooked on that now.
Well, there you go.
All right, there it is. Practice is over.
And as a crew chief, are you scratching your head or are you feeling good?
Well, you know, right now as a crew chief, all I'm worried about is qualifying. I mean, no offense, but it moves too fast. We have 15 minutes to get these cars ready to go through qualifying. Group A and Group B will be back to groups. So I have a lot I have to digest, but you have to be very good at kind of compartmentalizing and say, hey, we're going to worry about the race in a minute. Right now we have to get qualified. And the difference between, it doesn't matter our setup. If we qualify 5th versus 35th, that could be the entire weekend. So right now, all I'm focused on is the next 15 minutes, getting my
Thank
car
you,
prepared for
RH.
qualifying, grabbing
Thanks,
the data.
RH, for subscribing.
All these crew guys, they're gathering the data I'll look at later tonight. You know, as we see Gabehart right there is a guy who's focused on the task at hand, right? What does he need to do? This would be new for you and I, Jeff, right? We had overnights to think about things. These guys work at a completely different
Never
pace.
could understand how food franchises could combine A&W with Long John Silver's. I had an AMW cream soda today. It was pretty good.
Drivers wired differently.
Sugar-free.
Crew chief too. It's just a different ball game, and they have to react quicker. They have to respond quicker. They have to learn quicker.
All right, here we go.
It's a different world.
What's up?
You either adapt or you're just not going to compete.
You never saw me doing this.
No.
Right? You weren't sitting there, you know, having to make a decision in the next 15 minutes to get your car put online to go make a qualifying run. You had hours looking at data. They have way more information than we had. It's just a different world. And these guys, drivers today, prepare more like quarterbacks. They're more like professional athletes, and how they prepare, how they train, it's just a different level.
Parks, Aaron says.
You know, we talked that we only have 8 sets of tires, basically 6 primes and 2 options, right? So you're going to start with a set of primes for sure right here, right? So there's set 1. I'm going to say you somehow have a magical first stage. You put set 2 on here, right? Well, now you have 2 very long stages, and you have 4 sets of regular tires, and you know you have to put a set of tires on here. I'm going to say that's probably going to be prime, so I'm going to put an X. Now you've used 3 of your 6. We haven't pitted on the green. We haven't done anything. So the question is, do you stop once, which is what you would normally do, and then twice in this stage right here, right? Or, like, how do you break this up?
That's the final
Because
stage
the
they're
real
talking
point is
about.
You only have 8. So it's 1, call it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the same as there. And then somewhere you have to put 7 and 8 on, but you have to run 170 laps on 7 and 8. So the question is, do you want set 7 and 8 to both be reds? Do you want a set of reds and a set of yellows?
Could you go?
It'd be interesting to see what these crew chiefs do.
Your option tire.
You would. I mean, I think you could, from what I've seen so far in practice.
Bronny, you would like the
practice,
cream
so
soda
I think
then.
they could do it. I mean, if it's me,
Root beer's
I am
nice, yeah.
absolutely not putting an extra set of tires on in stage 1. That for me is the must. I have to run 70 laps. Now it's easy to say. Tell you have a caution at lap 40, and then if somebody puts tires on and you don't, they'll lap you. They'll lap the entire.
Yeah, he
field.
does.
So
Get
my
up.
goal is to not use a set of tires outside of my normal sets in that first stage, because then I have options in that final.
He's got Slim Chickens as his sponsor too. Chase
you only
does.
have 8 sets, right? So if you put that set on in that first stage, you feel real good about it.
What up, C String? What's up, Jason?
It really comes down to do you have the right tires for the last 50
Yep.
laps.
I'm going Denny
Now, if
for
you
the
have any
win,
questions, I
but
bet you
Christopher
qualify.
Bell's
Everyone
my
has to qualify
backup
on
pick.
the yellow prime tire. Everyone has to qualify on what would be the standard tire we run here at Richmond all the time. So there's no question mark moving forward.
And Steve, you said
keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe. We're trying to get to 200 likes.
Well, but they don't have to. It's not mandatory like you just mentioned in qualifying. They have to qualify on the prime. They could start the race on option if they wanted. And Burton, I know you're looking right now. Look at all this rubber that's coming off of these cars.
Yeah, so this is something that, you know, we don't see a lot
Big
of
chunks of rubber.
in today's racing. You know, the rubber
Nope,
almost
Truex
comes
for the
out
win,
as
Anthony
dust.
says. Well, he dominated here last spring.
And Steve talked
This
about it
spring.
earlier. That stuff has to go somewhere. I think the teams they've got to understand like what they need to protect.
Yeah, Aaron will be crazy.
Brake ducts, cooling, all that stuff, and then where does this go on the racetrack?
Yeah.
Does it get up to the wall, you know, and prevent you from
Sonic
running all the way
Water.
up against
DJ
the wall?
Limo,
See
what's
that
up?
Right there. So, you know, you have to, as a driver, you can't
Bell
go
should have
into
been
this
your first
race
pick.
thinking, okay, I've
I know,
always
but
run
hey,
here.
I'm biased.
Right? You have to understand where you can run this week with this tire and this rubber on the racetrack, because it might change what it is you thought you could do.
Well, one person who has been in the media a lot more than I'm guessing he normally would be is Greg Stucker from Goodyear, and Dylan is
What
with
up?
him.
That's right. He has been.
What I do like about this, being on NBC app, no commercials.
Kind of trying to gather some information about what these option tires were doing there. So, what did you learn? What did you hear that maybe we didn't even hear on the broadcast?
You probably heard a lot of the same that we did. I think, you know, I think the option and both the prime, you know, behaved about like we expected. Obviously, faster lap times early on with the option tire. I was watching some of those guys that went on the options early, and they were certainly catching and passing a lot of guys in the primes. But, you know, later in the run, once you get to 20 laps, 25 laps, it balanced off, and then it really went the other way. So, which is really what we want. That's the whole goal of an option tire. It's got to be that risk versus reward. You get a benefit early on, but, you know, you got to manage it, and eventually you're going to pay a price. So, so that's the goal, and so far in, you know, the conditions we got now, I think we like what we see.
Why was Richmond the track that ultimately was kind of landed upon to roll this out for the first time in a competitive environment?
Yeah, I think it was just the right timing. You know, we obviously had a good experience at North Wilkesboro and got some, you know, got some data under our belts. We ran the wet weather tire here, right, in the spring to start the race. The option tire uses the wet weather tread compound. So it was a good signal to us
Ross or
that
Bubba
it was a good match, that it
be aggressive.
created the kind of the conditions, the behavior that we wanted. So, you know, we felt like it was a good time to do it and see what.
Oh, me too, DJ Limo.
Is this something that we could see later on down the road this year? Is that the goal ultimately to see it maybe become an option at more races? No pun intended.
I don't think we'd be going down this road if we weren't prepared to go ahead and take that step. You know, if we as an industry decide this is something we want to do, at least on the short tracks like this, then we'll sit down and figure out how to be prepared to do that. I think one of the key points is what we did here. You know, we didn't increase the total allotment. They still have 8 race sets. You know, instead of just 8 primes, now you have 6 primes and 2 options. So I think that's another key element that makes the option tire.
And he won at New
viable,
Hampshire, a similar
for us
track.
and the teams too. And it you know it makes strategy calls come into play. So so we'll see. Let's get through this weekend and kind of digest everything and see what the input is. We got a lot of opinionated people in this garage, so I'm sure we'll hear.
Yeah, I'm sure you will too. Thanks, Greg. Interesting variable for sure. That'll be fun to follow all weekend, Kim.
And one of the drivers that started on that option tire was Austin Dillon, top of the board in single lap speed and top 5 consecutive 10-lap speed. So a fast car. Let's talk about that option tire. What did you learn about it in those first laps?
Well, our Bass Pro Shops hunting sale car looks really good, and it's running pretty good right now. But yeah, the option tire had a lot of grip to start. Track had
Austin
rubber,
Dillon.
so you can go pretty
Where
fast
the
right
heck
there,
did he
but
come
the car
from?
held on pretty good. I was actually probably the happiest with the yellows. I thought our speed was really good the longer we ran.
Maybe it's Austin.
And we were kind of flip-flopped when everybody was on reds falling off. We were still going on yellows. So it was definitely interesting how that practice went, and should be a fun race like that.
How different was the balance between that option tire, the red tires, and then the prime tires, the yellow tires?
Maybe I don't have one.
And I think it's probably a percent balance. For us, we were a little too tight. So I think we just got to free up a little bit for both, and hopefully that's the happy medium that our Bass Pro Shops Chevy needs.
I know you haven't debriefed exhaustively with your team yet, but a lot of questions remain on the race and the strategy, when to use those option tires, and everybody said, well, we got to see what they do in practice. Do you feel like what you were able to tell about the option tires gives you a better read on what strategy you need to use tomorrow?
Yeah, I think the Reds fell off pretty fast. I saw a lot of guys struggling there at the end, and we kind of made it to about lap 30 or so.
Lee throws an entire
tough.
fantasy lamp
So
out the
we got to get our
window.
balance a little better on the Reds.
What's up,
but they're
David?
gonna pay off for the short run. It's just
Do I know Denny? Not personally, no, but I know people in his camp.
Austin Dillon with a lot of speed here this afternoon, Dylan.
And catching up with Cliff Daniels, who has been looking over the data. And you guys sit 32nd, so everybody's on a different
let's listen to
program,
this.
and that
Why
doesn't
is
always
Hendrick
tell
so
the story.
slow?
So how much cause for concern is that 32nd on the board right now?
Well, we've seen, many years in a row at Richmond, the first guys on track are always the fastest lap times, typically faster than what you even qualify. So it was kind of by design to wait a little while and let the track take some rubber before we went out and made a run. So we knew our fast lap was going to look pretty bad. In honesty, I think we have a little bit of work to do on the yellows on our car, but we had a pretty good run on reds to end practice. And the reds did show a little bit of fall off.
Nope,
We
nothing.
didn't quite get to the point where I think they were going to really keel over and die. I do think the nighttime conditions are going to help it, tomorrow night. But it's good to see the difference, between the reds and the yellows. I would say is a big credit to NASCAR and Goodyear for trying something different. Obviously, the great equalizer is what it all looks like in the race. But overall, we got a little work to do on the HendrickCars.com Chevy, but we'll get after it.
Is there a lap number that you kind of have in mind for the race tomorrow of if it's 30 laps or 35 laps, it's too early or too late or too long of a run before you put the option tires on?
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Where does that number kind of fall as far as the sweet spot?
I think it's going to end up very close to what you would consider
Dave.
like a typical run
Dave.
length, if that makes sense. So really what I'm saying is I think the reds are going to hold on to be better for a run that you're going to split the stages with. So we'll see how that plays out. I think today the reds would last not quite as long as what they will tomorrow night. So again, we're going to have to see how it plays out once the race gets going, but there was a difference enough today to really make you have to think about your strategy.
All right, and last thing, everybody's got these floral hats on today, so what's the story behind those?
Yeah, so HendrickCars.com, our sponsor, they do this great thing, and everybody at the Hendrick Automotive Group, where when we have a home race, so when a Hendrick dealership is within 100 miles of the racetrack, we call it a home race, and they pick a cool and fun design every time. So, it's been different per state, that we go to.
Interesting.
And I think
I didn't know that.
We had a glow-in-the-dark hat for the night race. And now I guess the tropical, maybe because it's tropical storm season, I don't know. But
the humidity makes it feel like we're on an island somewhere.
Absolutely, 100%. So we're proud to sport them.
All right, thanks, Cliff.
Interesting.
Hendrick
What's up, everybody? They're just coming in. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button for us.
I don't know, man. Mindset's half the battle, and I like the
Genius. What's up?
Flowery tropical hat. It makes me feel like I'm just happier.
I love that interview. Cliff Daniels always gives us information.
Well, the paint scheme should be one of those, like the hat. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Tim.
The reds won't last as long today, right, as it will tomorrow. That's because of just rubber. Rubber in the racetrack, and we saw that at North Wilkesboro as well.
We'll see. Be interesting to any of the Hendrick cars get the pole.
In North Wilkesboro than on race day.
Corey, it's on NBC app.
So I think all of the teams,
hence no commercials.
Recognizing that, they're assuming that's going to happen again, but they don't know. This is a guess, and
all right, Genius.
It's I feel like Austin Dillon had a different opinion. Yeah. He felt like, hey,
Blaney is one of my three favorite drivers. Nice.
But they fall off quicker. They start struggling more with them. So,
which is Dan, which is William Byron's sister.
Your car matters. If you're a better handling car, no matter what tire is on it, is going to drive better and going to.
It's on your phone, on your iPad or tablet, on the website, NBC website.
The five, so let's get the thoughts of.
There's Kyle Larson.
So, what did you feel there when you got the options on? Did they last longer than you thought? Less than they thought?
You see those fives?
Slice it there.
I don't know. I guess maybe a little bit longer than I thought. It was definitely way more grip for me.
Thank you, Terry.
But
Appreciate
I felt
it.
really bad on the other tires. So I think we put some.
Caleb, because it's can't do that. It's against the law. It's against the rules.
Hopefully, it was a double positive, but yeah, I don't know. It was
good job, Genius.
Surprising, I guess, the grip that I had, but not really sure how it's stacked up compared to everybody else. But we were kind of like a little bit later sequence than everybody on tires, so Yeah, it's. I think it'll definitely be an option for sure. So yeah, we'll see. It'd be fun to kind of see how the team strategize.
Have you been
David's
able to
next.
learn or understand maybe what kind of changes you would need to make when you switch from the primary to the option tire? Is it a big adjustment?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure if you have a good balance, your car is going to handle the tires better, and maybe if you need help, it's probably going to mask it a little bit for a little while, anyways. But yeah, I'm not really sure. They're probably more sure than I am.
Oh yeah, I get those. So I'm sorry, Dan. I got those mixed up.
All right, Kyle Larson, maybe with a little bit of work to do in the 5. He's not done today after qualifying. He flies the Knoxville to run the Knoxville National Sprint Car Race where he starts on the pole later tonight.
I got it mixed up.
Dylan, Rodney Childers and his driver Josh Berry also kind of on that similar later practice kind of sequence that we saw the Hendrick cars. Not by design, though. I know you had a radio issue with Josh's helmet, but did it help to kind of be around some of those other cars, teams that you know are fast?
They broke up?
Yeah,
wow.
We started talking about that on Monday, and I kept trying to
This is
talk
Rodney
myself
Childers
into
on the
it all
4.
week, and then the radio kind of talked myself into it pretty easy. So going out there later, there's a lot more rubber on the track about 10 laps into practice, and you kind of see what your tire wears are going to be a little bit closer to what the race is. But overall, our P&G Ford was good on both sets of tires. I felt really good about it, and Josh felt good about it. Hopefully we can go out there and qualify and get a good starting position.
I saw you looking over the option tires. Any big surprises from Josh's feedback or just seeing them off the car?
I felt like they look exactly like we hoped they would. I wish we
NASCAR does that, Lord.
Reds and we just raced on reds, but overall they look pretty good for what I thought. You don't want them to last as long as the yellows like they did at North Wilkesboro, so I think the yellows will make it 75 laps and make it that first stage. The reds aren't going to make it that long, so it's cool to see this, and happy to get them on there and to do this.
We're seeing photos, or we don't have our playback screen right this minute, but of rubber kind of falling out of the race cars. Is that a surprise? Is that something that should be concerning people?
Yeah, when we were walking across the track this morning on the way in, I told some of the guys, like back in 05, when we had soft tires like this, we had to cover the headers with screen to keep them from catching on fire. So I think you're going to see a lot more.
Aaron, no, the Group A and Group B, normally when they practice and qualify, the Group A and Group B is already positioned.
Sweep the top a good bit every time the caution comes
but
out.
today, it might be
I think
different.
that's part of it. That's what we've all been asking for, and we'll see what happens.
Should be fun, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's Rodney Childers. Dylan.
Joey Logano is, I believe, 18th after that session, but you were one of the guys that put your option tires on kind of in the middle of that session. So what kind of read did you get?
Let me see those 22s.
Yeah, I feel like we got a decent read on what we needed to find out, balance change and just overall lap time is what you're looking for to try to create a strategy for tomorrow. And then also the adjustments you need to make sure your car is balanced to where you can take advantage of the softer tire. It's definitely different. Fires off faster and falls off harder, so that's kind of what everyone's looking for. It's going to change the strategy a lot. What it is, I don't know. That's for Paul to figure out, but it's definitely going to be a different Richmond race than we've seen.
You always have to manage tires here, right? I mean, that's the name of the game. Is there a different strategy or approach to you as a driver as far as managing these option tires compared to how you manage the primaries?
I think more from a strategy side. You always got to approach the run differently depending on how many laps you're going to run and those type of things. I think it's more or less when you put them on it'd be the biggest thing.
All right, thanks, Joey.
All right, let's unlock all this conversation between tires. So we're going to look at two different teammates, the 11 of Denny Hamlin, the red graph, the green, the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Now,
Truex had a better
Hamlin, this is the second run of both cars.
Average.
The 11 starts on the option tires. So he's faster. I mean, look right here, Jeff. It's multiple tenths of a second. So if you kind of look where the 11's going, he's faster. I'm going to call it the same. And then it definitely trends slower out there towards the end, right? That's like lap, we'll call it 33, 34, 35. So Truex gives up time early, but it looks like it's a consistent fall off. So the big question mark is what happens out here? Right, what happens when we get to lap 50, 60, 70? Now, the way this race runs...
So you want those special tires toward the end of the race with not many laps left.
The whole time. But I think there's a definite crossover point. The question is it soon enough? Because in my mind, 36, 38 laps isn't soon enough. I'm going to make up so much ground here early on new tires, right? I'm going to make up so much ground right away that you're never going to run me back down in 40 or 50 laps. Like, you're going to be so far behind me that I think
these are the paint schemes for this week right here.
Into the final stage. I just think there's no way you can burn them early in the race.
So that to me is the question, right? No matter when they're faster, they fall off more.
A rusty throwback, yeah, for sure. I think they did. Or no, it was someone else that did the rusty throwback. It was the midnight throwback.
You only have so many of them. You can only use them at the right time. And Steve's point is, for the guys that are trying to win the race, save them.
Absolutely.
Just run them in the second stage. Just run them in the last stage. But there's other people in this race. Bubba Wallace, we talked about his point battle. Suarez, Chastain, Busher, those guys. Suarez has already run, but those guys, could they put them on and win a stage? Could they put them on and get stage points? That's where having these tires makes a difference, and it can completely change the strategy.
And Kim, I would have thought he would have had a smile on his face.
I'm watching qualifying and listening.
To him over these last 2 weeks.
Here's Daniel Suarez.
Well, Daniel might be focused on qualifying, which is up next. Rick was just saying you should have a smile on your face, a great kind of summer break for you, and then good on the speed charts here. But let's talk about those option tires versus prime. Did you get all of the questions answered that you were hoping for?
I don't know about all of them, but some of them, yes. You know, Richmond is a very, very tricky racetrack. One of the most tricky racetracks that we have in this NASCAR schedule.
See those 99s for Suarez.
With the red tire, with the option tires, and the racetrack was super fast. But then we put the primary tires, and the car felt good, but the racetrack was completely different. So it's very difficult because we're not comparing apple with apple. With that being said,
well, I think the rain has moved out. It's on Monster Jam. It's NBC Sports app.
Which is what is going to make it very interesting for cruise ships and teams tomorrow to play with the strategy. But overall, I'm very excited for the opportunity.
And that's Daniel Suarez and Dylan. The good news for the teams, they don't have to make decisions on what tire to use.
Thank you so much, Gus.
All of them have to run that prime yellow Goodyear tire.
And Christopher Bell was near the top of the pylon at the end of that practice session. So what'd you learn about?
There's Christopher Bell. Let me see those 20s.
May not make to your race car tomorrow.
They were different for sure. It really affected the balance. I was surprised at the pace. You know, to make a different compound tire work, the pace needs to be a little bit different. And I was up near the top on the yellow tires, and then I put the reds on. I didn't go any faster. So, yeah.
You're welcome, Ryan.
It seemed like the reds fell off a little bit more, but I don't know that we saw the benefit for, the front side being a little quicker. So, I don't know. Well, I was hoping to get answers out of this, and I definitely did not. So, probably leaving here a little bit more confused than whenever we went in.
Well, we've heard that from some others, too. So, if that makes you feel any better, Christopher. Qualifying is getting ready to get going, guys.
Yeah, and if you tuned in and the drinking word was option, we apologize.
Well, awesome, Ryan. We got a redeem for Alex Bowman. It's Redeem Bowman.
And you didn't make it.
He mentioned getting ready for qualifying.
And we have a 48 emoji, too.
Once again, so even though it was one big group for the 45-minute practice session, we'll go back to 2 groups. They will have 2 laps, and there will be 2 rounds.
Yes, he did over the break. He got his contract extended.
Each group will advance to the final round.
So we talked about the racetrack when it opened for practice, how it was.
All right, here we go. Ty Dillon.
That's gone. Done. That is not the case in qualifying. Going out early at
He'll be racing the trucks tonight, Ty Dillon.
Massive disadvantage. Let's see what it is today. Now,
awesome. Thank you guys for getting the 200 likes. Let's go to 3.
On racetrack at the same time in practice. I don't know how that will affect it, but if you look at history, Ty Dillon is going out in the very worst position he'd be going out for.
Nice, Ryan.
Well, you see those lights up in the sky just starting to come.
We'll be covering Michigan next week.
I don't see how that history is going to change, Jeff.
And then Daytona, and then Darlington.
Definitely going to be better. 23:21 is what he ran in practice. And I won't be able to tell you if it was a 23:21 on option tire or prime tire. But he goes 23:34 on his first lap.
There's a formula that's used where you finished last week, where you are in points, what your speed was last week. That determines when you go out. And if you had a bad day last week or a few weeks ago at Indy, the first thing you did on Wednesday when the email came out, where am I going out?
About 125, sometimes 150.
See what, we don't get to see 2 laps a lot, only at the short tracks. And
Awesome, Ghetto. Possibility I might be there, Ghetto. I haven't decided yet.
I also was interested to see if they were shifting or if they could.
NBC app, Jeff.
Surely they're gonna have
NBC app.
Both ends of the racetrack.
Here comes Riley Herbst. He's behind the wheel of the 15, and this will be
Riley
start number
Herbst.
4 on the season for Riley Herbst in the Cup Series.
Riley
What's up, Suzanne?
Stretch, 5th on the front stretch. Might only be a back stretch, front stretch thing.
Nice, Ryan.
Staying 4th this time as well.
And how about that win in Indy in the Xfinity car? What a race! That was he went and took it. He just went and took that race.
Yep.
It was really fun to watch.
Across the stripe for the first lap, 23:42.
E2 for Riley Herbst.
Second lap, 23:42. So a little bit of
Here's
pickup
Daniel
there for
Hemrick.
Riley on lap 2. Here's Daniel Hemrick.
Miss the bottom a little bit.
And no commercials. We don't get time to talk.
Bottom cost him some time. Here's a chip staying in 4th gear, hitting the rev chip. Daniel was trying to have a nice quiet breakfast this morning until Rick called him out to all the wait staff.
I had nothing to do with it, but he did have a little bit of fun with the waitress, who, by the way, is coming to the race tomorrow. Doesn't know a lot about racing, and so when I pointed over to Daniel Hemrick and I said, "That's one of the race car drivers," she went over and said, "Oh,
Kevin Harvick just blasted NBC because of it. Yeah.
So then, Jeff, I thought you had the best response.
Yeah, so you're
Maybe Kevin Harvick's watching. Kevin Harvick, are you watching?
So, you know, look, I think we talked about it. Ty Dillon, first car on a racetrack, he beat those other two guys. And we have not seen that
Well,
before. There was no way Ty Dillon.
Yeah, Tart just making up for Junior.
Cars, and he was able to do it. So maybe, Steve, a little bit cooler temperatures, and also all those cars in practice being on the racetrack at the same time. Maybe that neutralized it a little bit.
Ryan Preece.
32 in practice earlier for Ryan Preece, and Preece's first lap of this qualifying session is a 23:28, so he's a little faster than what he was practicing, and he's right now the fastest in this group of the 4 that have gone.
The question is, what do we think a good lap's going to be?
Hey, Caleb, I've been to the 600 at Charlotte.
Man, low 23s, high 20s.
I just started, Caleb. What's up, Drew?
I mean, fast time in practice, of course, it was on reds.
Ryan Preece.
23:15 for Preece.
Yeah, now you're getting there.
Curtis, what's up, dude?
At least the O's. I actually think it's going to take like a 22.9 something to be in the top.
All right, here's Justin Haley. See what he's got.
Really lose getting into 1.
I saw Truex won the 600 there.
You know you have another lap.
Denny was the strong car that day.
Although it's not getting any better for him.
I thought he had pretty good pace in race trim.
Yeah, I saw that too, Roger.
That car's just free, it looks.
Or you can just listen to us, Ghetto. Yeah, it just started.
For Haley.
If you're talking about practice, Austin Dillon was the fastest, but Justin Haley had the best overall lap time.
365, so slowed down on his second lap. Zane Smith starts out in the green. Now we're comparing to Haley, who's 5th.
No, it's not anywhere live. It's on the NBC Sports app.
What tire he had on, he has a fast
Hence
race
the
car.
855 that are in here.
There we go. Now we're getting there. 23:11. Can he find a little pace?
For qualify.
I still think everyone is a little surprised that it's not faster than this.
Tomorrow.
Comparing to Herbst now as Smith.
Let's go Suarez, Byron.
Haley out of the top 5, and he's even faster than Herbst here. This is going to be a really good lap.
Yeah, now we're getting there.
P1, second lap was a 22:98.
Look at Zane Smith continuing where he left off.
So 6 cars in, and they've dipped below that.
Here's Austin Dillon. Let's see here.
Austin Dillon was
Fastest in practice. Let's see what he's got.
When the first car's out on the option tire, we'll see if it translates into speed.
I think that was the one I was at, Joshua. I was there too.
I tell you, this car looks good.
Oh, you're welcome, Sunblind.
This car looks really, really good. Yeah, 22.79.
Yep, continuing what he had.
That's a huge improvement.
I think you're getting ready to see what the fast guys are going to run, Rick. I think this track is, to Jeff's point, he had this hope and the dream that it was going to be fair and same grip for everyone, but Richmond is rearing its ugly head.
Hello from California, Janine. What's up?
79 on lap 1.
Yeah, a little slower on lap 2.
I was actually surprised with that 79. I thought
Thank
they
you,
might
DJ.
shut it off and try to save a lap on the tires for the next round. That's one advantage of going late. You talked about that.
Just coming in, hit that like button. We're trying to get to 300 likes. We got 900 folks in here.
You're going to advance. I would save even one lap on the tires helps.
Somebody watching, looking at
Hit that subscribe as well.
The teammate just ran a 22.79.
It is not. It's on NBC Sports app.
You see Bush go 22.86.
Well, the truth is, you went right after him, so you really didn't have a chance to make an adjustment.
Right.
Jerome, this is qualifying. I'm going Denny Hamlin, of course. What's up, Steven from Rhode Island?
All drivers.
Good to see you. Welcome back.
They all have a different feel. You know, one guy can win with.
Yeah, I had issues. If you're trying to do it on the website, I had to right-click to open a separate browser.
Well, it's actually, I love it because it is the human element, right? We aren't racing computers. Race car drivers. Now, there are certain parts of the race car I think you could put in there as fact that create the most downforce.
RCR's got some cheated up cars. Dylan and Bush, 1 and 2. Thank you, Ryan.
Apron a little bit right there. He's the left sides on the other side of that yellow line in 1 and 2 upset the car a little bit. A good recovery here. I think there's some speed left in this car.
Yeah, I just haven't had to be able to break anything. They haven't gone to a commercial to do it. I can't do a commercial.
2-3 feet above that yellow line.
See, that time, Corey.
We will, though.
He hit that corner much.
You're welcome, guys.
Looks like this will be an improvement. Lap 2 for LaJoy. Moves him up to 4th. Priest down to 5th now and on the bubble.
There's just too big of a gap between 1st and 3rd. We always see these qualifying runs stacked together. I think Priest, LaJoy.
It's the best time, though.
I just don't know if they have.
You're looking at the best time.
Top 5. I'm even a little concerned for Bush.
What's up, Logan?
We'll just have to see what everybody has for pace. I like Austin.
Yeah, it'd be good for him.
79 has a chance.
You think that's going to do it?
I do.
It's interesting, Ryan, but we'll be there. We'll be doing it no matter what.
79. As soon as I say that, they're all going to make me look
McDowell.
silly.
Still not fast enough, but Austin Dillon doing his thing here.
At a 23.33. And still in the
Elizabeth, Tennessee, awesome, Logan. You going to Bristol?
Lane up.
Ten have gone, and still fastest is Austin Dillon. 22.79. Here comes Ty Gibbs.
Awesome, Logan. Ty Gibbs, legend in training, Eric Church.
And that thing was on the chip for a long time on the backstretch. That tells me you got a great run off 1 and 2.
All right, let's see who this
Jay, it's on NBC Sports app.
Ooh, just behind Bush.
Ooh, Gibbs P3.
He's going to pick up on lap 2.
Tires close. Yeah, they're wearing. They're losing grip.
They're running 2 laps.
89 and a 90. I would say it's
He's still going to be in the top 5, Brownie. He still has a chance at the pole.
So Gibbs is 3rd. Denny
Hamlin next. Let's go, Denny.
Native. Hometown, less than 20 miles from here.
Me too, Logan. Come on, Denny, right here. Pole, baby. Thank you guys for being here. 1,000 folks in here for some qualifying. Appreciate it.
In the green, losing a little of that on exit.
Yeah,
this is Group A.
Down there, just waiting on the fronts to work. That lap is not going to be good enough.
I'll tell you what, though, Steve, this racetrack, you know, it is not doing tonight what it's done over the last several years as far as just getting much, much better as it goes. I mean, these are two really good race cars that have just gone. And Gibbs and Hamlin.
He made adjustments this time, though.
Definitely better.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Second fastest at a 22.85.
We talk about experience. There it was.
E2.
Went down in 3 and 4, coming to the white.
Almost had it. Not enough.
Right? It looked to me like it got tight in the middle.
Here's Gregson going to Front Row Motorsports.
The big chunk of green compared to his previous lap. That's that experience. That's what makes a driver so good at these racetracks. Instant adjustment. Now Noah Gregson on a great lap here. Ooh, missed the bottom there. Can he continue the speed off? No, look how much he loses.
Yeah, lost almost a second.
So now can he adapt? We know the speed was there. Can he work?
That's right, Janine.
Woohoo! He's
Woohoo!
got to find the bottom of turn 3. I still think he's okay. He gave up a 10th and a half down here. He's got to get to the bottom. No.
Gregson P5.
Same issue again. He improved it. No, he
Whatever they practiced in, they're on their tires. If you hate Denny Hamlin, clap your hands.
Dylan's gonna be the fastest guy here. I just thought the track would keep.
Here's the watermelon, man. We got any watermelon fans in here? Let me see those ones.
Second lane. See a lot of guys second lane, but leave on the bottom coming to get the green. He ran the entire time up in the second grade.
Oh, Jake.
Not a very good lap.
It's not working for him. 0.3 of a second off of Gregson right now. Half a second.
Now the question is he throwing away lap 1? Does he just say, you know what? I know I can't do it lap 1. Our tire pressures are set for lap 2. Everything we're going to do is for lap 2.
His 3 and 4 was much better than his 1 and 2.
Are the football games at the bottom of the? I'm not sure about that. These are. It's just a ticker down there. Chastain. Slower than 5. Thank you, Tim. Hit that subscribe, y'all. Keep hitting that subscribe. Keep hitting that like button. We're over 1,000 folks in here. Let's go.
Back there in the mix. Back there in the mess. All right, so here's the first Penske car coming out. Remember,
What's up, Todd? Good to see you. Billy Voles, what's up, brother?
So they look slow on the time chart.
I got your chase emoji. Here's Austin Cindric. I almost took him as my my shocker.
A lot of information will come back from this car to those other Penske's.
And I actually think there's a lot of time to be gained versus Gregson because he just got so loose into 3, but about the same time in 3 and 4.
I like watermelon, but I don't care for Ross.
6th on his first lap and still in the red. And that's not going to be enough on lap 2.
Yes,
really
sir.
Close.
Cindric, P6.
22.99 from a 22.92 on his first lap, and Cindric is 6th.
Can't say enough about RCR. We talk about
Let's see. Does Chase get in? Tyler Reddick. I don't know. Chase was slow in practice.
I mean, this is leaps and bounds.
Here's Bubba. He was fast too.
And I'm comparing. They were good race trim as well, right? So big gain. I mean, it's been all the way back to Talladega in the spring since these last both of them.
Yeah, right. Get up. We have been.
See if they'll be able to do it today. As Bubba Wallace goes to the top.
We have been.
There you go. Cut it off. Save that lap on the tires.
Ooh, P1. Look at Bubba.
They're locked in the top 5. They know they're going to advance to the final round.
All right, Chase. Let me see those 9s. I got any Chase Elliott fans in here? If you're a Chase fan, let me see those 9s.
I believe they held him because when Bubba Wallace shut off early, they want to make sure he didn't have some kind of problem.
Elliott
That's right. So they just said, wait, stop. Make sure that's what it was. He didn't have an injury problem or something. There's oil on the racetrack.
Which is important here because if you send Chase out and run 2 corners on your tires and then there is debris on the
See
track,
those
give
9s.
him another set of tires. It turns into a mess for qualifying.
Love that Coca-Cola, man.
22.89.
Looks good.
We'll compare Chase to. That's Ty Gibbs, and he is currently 5th. Chase trying to break into that top 5.
Most of the Hendrick cars waited until
Coyote.
practice to go out. And this
See what you got. He's in the green.
Yes.
Waiting seems to have paid off for the driver of the 9, as this is going to be, without a doubt, the fastest lap we've seen today.
All right, shut
Chase
it down.
Elliott.
No need to run.
Yeah, you were right. Whoever said that the Hendrick cars were saving their tires.
Why? What he
You're
was doing
right.
there, instead of turning the car and putting more stress on the tires, he got in the corner and just went straight. He's trying to keep
Whoever
as
said
much
the
heat
Hendrick
and as
cars
much
were saving
air
it,
out of those
you were
tires as
correct.
possible, because he knows he's going to need to run them again. So
Jeez.
the minute he said, good, 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 that's Chase's cue. Get this thing slowed down. Don't grind the rubber off these tires.
Keep on hitting that like button for us, trying to get to 300.
Up well over a second from his fast lap on those yellow Goodyears from earlier.
All right, Tyler Reddick.
And you mentioned it, that is the fastest lap. We know Austin Dillon was on the option tire when he turned the 2269 that he did in practice, that 2265 on the prime tires for Chase Elliott.
Larry, yeah, Hendrick cars are sandbagging.
Kyle Busch, too. Talking about both RCR cars in the final round, and here.
All right, Reddick's in the green on Kyle.
And you may have made an
What's
early
up,
call.
Pure Adrenaline Sports? Make sure you check my man out for all Mets.
Let's see what this is right here. Can he knock Chase Elliott off? Right now, it's looking pretty good.
It's Tyler Reddick.
Without a doubt. I mean, this is a no-brainer shut
That's
off.
a huge lap for Reddick.
All right, we're good. We're good. C1.
2254.
Woof! God.
But, you know, back to Busch.
So 3 of the 5
If you would have told him 2
are on those
weeks ago, hey,
special
we're talking about
tires.
You've been all right with that.
On the Reds, I
Hey,
believe.
I'm good with that.
Yep.
We can get done what we need to do, right? So, yes, disappointed, didn't make the top 10, but he's going to start 12.
All right, so there it is.
And Bubba Wallace standing by with Dillon.
Ends up third in this first group, so we'll fight for the pole here in just a little bit. Do you have a 54 in your car to compete with your teammate? That's a pretty good lap.
It is a good lap. I don't know where he pulled that out of. Wow. It's a good job for everybody at 2311. Both cars, top 5 here, going for a shot at the pole. It's always good to come here at Richmond with speed. It's good to just come off the break.
There's Bubba. Any Bubba fans in here? Those 23s.
Working hard, so practice was really well for us in our Lidos Toyota Camry. You know, got a little bit to find in qualifying. I didn't like my first lap there, but it was just good enough. So second lap will be money for the next one. Just got to hit your marks and not overdo it, not overthink it, and just like riding a bike. Just a lot faster.
This place was good to you last
Get those
year, so
likes
you're
up.
really
That's right.
strong
It's at
here.
300 likes.
What
Let's
about
go.
what your race car
Go to
is
400.
doing at a place where it is so hard to kind of be good everywhere? What does your car do well?
Yeah, just gets through the corner really well. I'm trying to be as vague as I can. I don't know if the competition.
All right, Group B.
It's fast down 2 straightaways and fast through 2 corners, so that's what you really need. But it's just.
It's on NBC Sports app,
being around
everybody.
the right people, listening to Denny, everybody at JGR. You know, we struggled when we showed up here as a team in 2311. I struggled and hit it really hard. You know, had the debriefs, had the tough talks, and found our way. And it's been good to show up here with speed. So I've had a lot of excitement for the last 2 weeks.
Bronson, thanks for the subscribe.
Right, they're another one of those cars that's in the playoff battle, so starting up front always helps, Kim.
And Dylan, one of the fast cars also in Group A
Chase.
qualifying. Chase Elliott, man, quick speed out there. As you look at round
Blah,
2,
blah, blah, crash,
you know what you have
Bubba.
in your car, you know yourself. Can this be a pole-winning effort?
Yeah, I think so. This place is so weird. Just the feel in the car and what it equates to in lap time don't ever seem like they go together or make sense. So, yeah, I thought our Coca-Cola Chevy, it's kind of weird to say. I hadn't gotten used to that, but cheers to everybody who's drinking a Coke. But, yeah, it's, you know, we'll see. I feel like our balance could have been a little bit better right there, but it was nice to do it in one lap. So that's an advantage for sure, and hopefully we can take advantage of that, you know, right here.
We'll see what Chase Elliott has in.
You know how many Coca-Cola 9 hats they're selling this weekend? You know how many Coca-Cola stuff they're selling this weekend?
Gordon is comfortable saying Coca-Cola. I mean, that guy's was.
All right, here we go.
I know.
Parker Retzlaff,
Folks
and
been
that's
around sports forever,
66.
They moved over. It's a good-looking paint scheme, I'll have to admit. And I think what he said.
You
is
think
very
Phillips
telling.
66?
I mean, look, I've had a lot of bad cars here, but Gordon was my driver once. We had like
I think it's
4
Group A starts on the inside, B on the outside.
about what was wrong with our car, and we were leading, and he wasn't wrong.
66, isn't that RFK?
Some tracks you go
In
in
66,
and you're like,
RFK.
that was a great lap. I'm not sure that maybe Tyler Reddick seemed to be pretty happy, but he was the only one.
Well, we talked about driving.
Who is it,
like
Bronny?
Feels right. So you know, this is just one of those racetracks that
Who is it?
It's just like, what the heck, man? Like, what do I need here to feel like it just doesn't make sense to him?
Oh, the
Another
60.
driver would
That's
say,
right.
Yes, I know exactly what I need, and it's just look,
MBM.
difficult. And there
Beard
is no
Motorsports.
everybody feels something different.
Parker Retzlaff behind the wheel of 66. Parker
Thank you,
making
Bronny.
his first ever Cup Series start. And then we see the 21 of Harrison Burton. That Dex imaging on the hood. A little kick out there as he came off a 2.
Yeah, look like the left front got below the yellow line, maybe.
Oh, thank you, Bill. I'm glad to be back.
You kind of try to chase.
I missed
that line.
y'all.
Like you see right there, he gave himself an extra 8 or 10 inches, and it drove right back to the yellow line. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, so now can he fix that over here and make the second lap better?
Exactly, right. If it ran in 96,
Harrison Burton.
run something in the 80s. Remember, in 85 advanced in round 1. I think the track's better, so I think it's going to take more than that. This lap not as good. Obviously, the tires or air pressure combination of 2.
Does Harrison feel more pressure when he comes to a racetrack?
Ooh, let's go 400 likes, y'all. Hit that subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 18,400.
I wasn't great here. I lost a lot more.
Well, because you're a Virginia guy.
Steve and I had the same strategy one night. We looked like we both were going to win. I think we finished 30th or something.
We both needed gas, and so there's no way it would go.
New Zealand, what's up, Mark? Cold Sunday morning. Happy Sunday morning to all our New Zealand friends. No Xfinity this weekend.
Look at this.
Long on the chip, too.
Yeah, here we go. And gain is
Group B is inside. Thank you, Hunter.
Battle Reddick is the fastest lap.
I always get that mixed up.
Sir.
Josh Berry.
And a 22:49 for Josh Berry. Track's getting faster.
Ooh, 22:49 for Josh Berry, P1.
What we see time and time again here. The question is, I mean, Berry, that's a half a second faster than Harrison.
Says clear behind
So we're gonna have to
66.
give credit to this 4-car. Track is one thing. Great cars are another. And Josh Berry in this 4.
Yep.
I was a little surprised he didn't shut. That proves that Rodney, look, he knows this as well as anybody. He isn't sure if 49 is going to be good enough. If he was, he'd shut the car off. Right? So with that many cars still to go, you just don't.
Dumb luck dropping those 4s.
Even though that's faster than anybody has run, he doesn't know what.
You guys have access to these emojis as well if you become a member. 99 cents gets you access to these emojis. 99 cents. Become a member today, y'all.
0.3 of a second is a 22:84.
Still 4 tenths, you know. When you go out and you're that much quicker than you know, Eric Jones, right? I mean, it's a great line.
It's strange to see Chase in that Coke car when he started with Mountain Dew.
Teammates, and you know, here's his teammate going right behind him, so no information.
All right, 42, Nemechek.
To make any adjustments.
Some news out of the
There's the
Legacy Motor Club
66.
camp this week too. Some upper executive movement. Bobby Kennedy now, I think, was named general manager. Longtime racer, was at Michael Waltrip Racing. They hired a new competition director to run the engineering. So Legacy switched to Toyota this year. Jimmy Johnson involvement. And now we're starting to see some personnel.
Trayton hit me with the amigos.
Which you hate, like, you know, it's people's lives when you talk about personnel changes, but I just have to believe the 42 and the 43, they're just not as good as they want to be. They want to get faster. They want to continue to
That puts a
improve.
smile on your face every time.
Within the organization.
Trayton.
The second lap's a little better.
Need a
I
Dr.
think,
Pepper car.
not enough to
Bubba runs the Dr. Pepper car, I thought.
could move him up the grid a little bit.
Was it Bubba? Or
Lost quite a bit there.
I can't remember. I thought Bubba ran the Dr. Pepper car.
Did not.
22:99 for John Hunter Nemechek. And now we see Joey Logano on the clock.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Davey. Yeah, Bubba. That's what I thought. Baba.
Comparing the 5th now.
Here's Logano. Let me see those 22s.
Almost 0.5 of a second.
How many Logano fans do we have in the chat?
And that's a 22:65 for Logano. Paul Wolf doesn't feel comfortable enough in a 65 to think that that might make it to the next round.
Yeah, I wouldn't either with the 49 in front of me. That lap wasn't
Lloyd
bad.
dropping those 22s. Greg. Logano P2.
Chase Briscoe will be next to be on track, as Logano's going to roll all the way back to pit road. Another one who's taking advantage of maybe a little bit more space through 3 and 4 when he came to the green flag.
We thought Briscoe had a good car in race trim. Did not get through 1 very well.
Lost a little bit there through the center of 3 and 4, but gaining it back on corner exit. And so 3rd fastest on his first lap at a 22.83.
A little better 1 and 2 that time. Rolled the middle just a little bit better.
Nemechek on the bubble.
Continue to grip down here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game, Jake.
Lost a little bit of it in turns 3 and 4.
Josh Berry's your long shot, Billy.
22.80.
It was a pickup on that 2nd lap.
Be pretty cool to see him in the playoffs. Go out for Stuart Haas. And also Childress,
William Byron,
who's going to Spire next year. Here's Willie B in that paint scheme.
comparing now to Harrison Burton in 5th.
Love that gray one. I forgot to say it was one of my favorites in our paint scheme special.
Faster than Burton. This will be a pretty good lap for William Byron. His first lap is a 67.
Byron, P3.
Just didn't roll through 1 and 2. Didn't roll the middle very well.
A little bit better through 3 and 4, but not enough to improve.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's a pretty good game.
In 1 and 2, the radius is so much tighter on the exit of 2 than it is the exit of 4. So,
all right, here's Bowman.
Alex Bowman right here needs to have his car pointed. Because if the car points there, then you can leave straight. You can be in the gas and leave straight off of 2. Look at the difference in the exit of 4. The track's much wider.
Harvick, I think, Ghetto. I think it was Harvick.
You can use a lot more.
Possibly.
He tried to. He was about to groove up.
He goes 4th quick on his first lap.
What up, Chad? Good to see you, buddy.
That bumps Jones out of the top 5. Briscoe now on the cutoff number.
Maybe Spire Trucks for Corey. I don't know. If he doesn't go to the trucks, where would he go? I think he's going to go to the trucks. That's my opinion. He's going to drive the 7.
He slows down just a bit on his second lap.
Awesome, man. Have fun. Going to Epcot for a date. Here's Truex. Let me see those 19s. 19s in the house. Who's a Truex fan?
Starts off in the green. Good
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So this will dip down potentially into the 60s. 54.
Flippers Pizza's over there in Old Town. I like that place over there. Nice.
But he's going to stay in it.
What up, sports and wrestling? Truex, P2 so far.
Well, they call it off very late.
So Barry, Truex, Logano, Byron, Bowman.
What's interesting, there's a second car on the track. 17 is coming down.
Here's Busher, won last year.
This is going to be all right.
I'm assuming they just knew the second lap wasn't going to be faster.
Oh, that's right.
So
Duh, Busher. Forgot about that one, Bronny.
If you make the top 5 using those tires, the second
Yeah, I'll have to try it next time we're down there.
In the race, you might have to use these tires.
Especially if we want to try to live there.
That 54 is going to make it.
Busher's first lap is second fastest. So that
Woo! Chris Busher, P2.
I think I'm with you, Jeff. I think what they saw is his 1 and 2 was not tracking fast enough for Truex.
P2 fastest.
Yeah, so why put more laps on the tires in case you do have to use them tomorrow?
All right.
mean, think about this. You know, the top 3 are faster. There is a chance that all 5 will be faster than the fastest in the first round.
I think the track's got
NASCAR.com hasn't completed it, but he was P2 fastest on the first lap.
Information. The second group going out.
Here comes Keselowski.
Going the blind on a better track, though. I mean, it's
Dukes of Hazzard, just a good old boys.
loose in the corner, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Let me see those 6s.
Throwaway lap 1.
6s in the house, boss for life. Look at your man Truex, boss for life. Thanks for that subscribe.
Really loose.
Anyone make a right turn today? Are you trolling us, Chad? Dropping those 6s.
You just can't attack the corner with the angle of approach that he wants to.
I'm a Gene, dropping those 12s.
A turn later, and just car won't do it.
Blaney's in this group here, Group B qualifying.
We've seen a lot of guys stay in 4th in their 3 and 4, and he shifted that time.
Yeah, he'll be frustrated with that.
Yeah, watch that orange.
Hey, they do it on road courses.
Woo. Man, that thing is turned a long ways to the right. This is outside the car. Watch the back of this car over this bump. Man, that is a big wiggle.
It just paralyzes you as a driver.
Keselowski, not a good one in P9.
Point the car.
Scott, it's on the NBC app.
Turn into the right. You're not even approaching the corner, even trying to get around there with speed. You're saving the race car. Cannot make time like that.
47 is not going to like this lap. Not great in 1 and 2, then missed the bottom in 3 and 4.
He had come to the line and was in the green, but then lost all of that pace through 1 and 2. Losing it again.
The option tire is a lot fast. $4.99 super chat. Chad, you didn't have to do that for him, buddy, but thank you so much for the super chat. Keep up the good work. Thank you, buddy. Chad, man. Hey, Chad, if he likes to anything outdoors and Disney, make sure you check out my man Chad, his YouTube channel. He does a great job.
Lap down quick.
Chad's Outdoors Adventures.
Coming out on track.
You're welcome, Scott.
Top 10 practice.
Yeah, it was hard for me to find it either. I finally found it. It's on there.
Red like that in the middle of the corner, but the car looks good. That, Jeff, that's just like, you know, they're just, I want to say, over-slowing to run a better lap.
Thank you, sir,
so the front
for that
tires
super
work.
chat.
Whatever the car's cornering capabilities are, and it's just not quite where the 99 needs it.
Yeah, it's tenths of a second.
I work outdoors so my wife can go to Disney, Ghetto says.
2281.
Oh, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for hanging back out here. So glad you're having a good time down there and having fun. Host of our next after Suarez. Suarez P8.
He had a good week.
Won a race, got married, got a contract extension.
There is his link. Make sure you check him out.
Right now.
7th quickest for Suarez at a 22.74. Picked it up a little bit on his second lap, but not enough to get into.
All right, here's Hocevar. He won the trucks last year.
He was good in practice.
Here.
I didn't think that was a very clean entry either.
Stenhouse, 12th fastest. At the pace car.
Oh, so close.
Ooh, got a little close to that wall for Hocevar.
And so that tells me that I would be surprised if he's able to pick up the second lap, because he's already operating at the max grip level, right? And so you saw right there, shut it down. He's not listening. Luke Lambert's crew chief is being ignored.
That never happens.
This would be a conversation with a youngster after. Hey, man, you know, first of all, you empower him. Why did you run a second lap? See what you have to say. But then I would sit down and be like, well, see, now we have an extra set of lap on, or one extra lap on these tires.
We got Gillen, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, and Larson. Who's going to get knocked out of the top 5?
As they have the fastest
Willie B.
lap that's been turned here at Richmond.
You know, it's interesting. Everybody kind of.
I think Willie B. and Logano.
You know, maybe Byron just back turn one up a little bit, right? Everybody gains and then loses on exit.
Yeah, Front Row Motorsports doing pretty good with him, like.
So the conversation Gilm had about McDowell.
Todd Gilliland.
Right? McDowell, they kind of, because he's leaving.
We got Daytona up to bat. I mean, he could do well at Daytona and win.
Guess where all that goes? Right here. It goes to this team.
Alex is on the NBC app.
This is your future.
got to know and taught some this year. Just a nice young man. As they've continued to run better, and as he doesn't change, it seems like one bit. It wouldn't surprise me next year if he could be a breakout guy.
Christopher Bell.
Contending for wins.
Let's see what he can do. Nice. All right, well, we won't be showing any Brad Keselowski cameras then on this Sunday.
With only a couple behind him, you know, you would think if you could sneak
Iron
in
and Joey.
hold on.
That's what I think so as well.
Might do just that.
Yeah, I'm doing the race, truck race tonight. Yeah, I'll put the link in the message here in round 2.
Oh, you got two very fast drivers coming up, Blaney and Larson. So being fourth might not be enough.
In about an hour.
This car looks good though. Rolls the middle.
Really need to.
2264 is the number. And hearing there's some debris on the racetrack. And so
Anybody see my gloves? Anybody see my gloves?
Joey Logano's gloves.
We'll slow you down here. We'll hold on for just a second.
Yeah, YouTube creator, it's easy, they said. Exactly.
Leave it on top of the radiator? I didn't. No chance.
That's someone's gloves.
Man standing there with one glove saying, this wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
And the driver hit the glove that he left out on the track.
Yep.
Joey Logano's gloves.
Oh, boy. Don't ever put your initials on your gloves.
We can see reflective glasses, right? Dukes of Hazzard.
Do they give that back? I bet not.
Dukes of Hazzard, you'll like our stream tomorrow. We have in-car cameras, and NASCAR.com supplies us with cameras as well.
And remember, Larson, if he does get into...
Yes, it'll be televised on USA. Or no, Fox Sports 1, sorry.
On short tracks. And that fourth one is big because the only person who's won more than 3 consecutive is Jeff Bodine. He actually ended up winning 5 consecutive short track poles. But that was back in the mid-'80s. So it's been a long time since anybody has been able to accomplish that feat. But this is Ryan Blaney first, who's coming out.
Here's Ryan Blaney.
And just remember the weekend he had at Iowa where he went on to win the race. Now, this isn't exactly Iowa. Iowa's much faster and bigger, but it has kind of a lot of similarities for me, right? I think that I look at Blaney to see if he's found anything from that Iowa weekend.
Another one of those tight.
You're welcome, Joseph.
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. It did it for me too. I had to right-click on the website and open a new screen. It did the same thing for me, Michelle.
Close, but 6th.
Blaney, 6th fastest.
Logano still on that bubble.
I did not think. I thought Blaney would knock him out. So Larson, who's gonna get it in?
Oh, off the track.
Wasn't from a lack of effort.
And that little bit that Bell beat Logano by.
Is Larson gonna do it?
Bell's for sure in, regardless of
Let me see those 5s.
Oh, look at old Larson. Oh, the big high.
Joey. Look at Joey. He's
He
like,
beat me to
listen,
it.
man.
Let me see those
I want to
5s.
see you try to go faster.
He's in the red.
And still in the red for Kyle Larson.
He's not gonna make the top 5. What? What is up?
Can he pick up on lap 2?
Was Chase only one sandbagging here? He's not going to do it. Bell and Logano are going to be in.
Better through 1, but he's lost a little bit of that speed going into 3 and 4.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a 10th available on exit. I think Logano's
Nope.
going to get it done.
I'd have lost that bet.
Wow.
And Larson doesn't make the 2nd round. Big smiles for Joey Logano.
So Chase is the only one that really... I mean, Byron was a little fast, but Chase was the only one that was sandbagging, I guess.
As we will get ready for 2nd round qualifying.
All right.
So now it will be Reddick, Elliott, Wallace, Austin Dillon, and Denny Hamlin in Group A. And Group B will be Barry, Chris Buescher, Martin Truex Jr., Bell, and Logano. These are the drivers who will be fighting for the pole here at Richmond.
All right.
I have to ask myself, how good is Tyler Reddick to run that 54?
So the top 10 coming up.
And Josh Berry, actually, because they both were kind of early.
Dylan is with Josh Berry.
And fastest overall of both groups at a 22:49. So what's going to be the biggest challenge here of doing that?
It's Josh Berry.
One more time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, with how early we went, I wish I'd only ran one lap, but man, that was a tough group. There was a lot of good cars in that group, so I was worried that that wouldn't make it. So obviously it worked out to be the fastest there, but you know, I wish I had one less lap on my tires, but I still think we have a really good car and just need to go hit 4 good corners.
You've been good here in your 2 starts. Rodney always gives good cars or brings good cars here.
This knockout round should be very interesting.
Spring to summer, so what is it?
Keep hitting that like button, trying to get to 400 likes.
Works consistently here.
Yeah, practice.
400. We have almost 1,300 in here.
Didn't qualify good, and then practice. It was, you know, there's a lot going on with all those tires. Our transponder didn't work the first run, so we really weren't sure on how we were charting it out. So, but I don't know. The cars felt pretty good. I think we made some good adjustments there before qualifying, and like I said, now we just got to go try to do it again.
All right, it's all on the line here for Josh Berry. Going to go after the pole in just a minute.
Kyle just missed the cutoff by 1 spot. Who do you got the pole? Tell me who you got. Who's getting the pole here?
For 37 laps. We know he did more, obviously, than 37 laps, but the transponder wasn't picking up those laps for his first
Josh
run.
Berry is my next pick. He's going to win the pole.
Getting ready for the final round of qualifying to see where everyone will start for tomorrow's race here under the lights in Richmond.
45, Ronnie says. 45. Really quick. Tomorrow during our CookOut 400 race, I just want to do it really quick. We're doing a giveaway, and the winner is going to receive 2 NASCAR Xfinity VIP passes to the Focus Health 250 in Atlanta on September 7th. Sometime during the race tomorrow, we're going to be giving this away, and you have to be in the chat to win. So just FYI, tomorrow, the stream will be up sometime today. This is our giveaway tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow during the race, we're going to be giving you a giveaway for 1 person to win 2 VIP passes. That's pits and all that stuff. We also have a video on our channel as well, which it all comes with and the rules that goes with it too. So make sure you, in our race tomorrow, our live stream tomorrow, we're giving away 2 NASCAR Xfinity Series VIP passes for the Atlanta race on September 7th, 2024. Make sure you're with us tomorrow. All right, back to the audio.
It's hard to know, like, just what a heat cycle is going to do. It seems like every time we come here, it's a little bit different. Tires are a little bit different, so I know what I felt. We're going to try to make an adjustment.
The brakes on my boy.
We'll see what happens.
This cloud cover is rolled in at the start of the
This is Truex
it's
talking.
Not sunny right now, so that of course helps as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, just picking the rubber up from practice, and then with it cooling off, you see it just keeps getting faster and faster. So hopefully we can get our Bass Pro Camry to turn just a little bit better and not be too loose, and we'll go a little quicker, hopefully.
That's always about finding that balance, Kim.
And Dylan, Chris Buescher, the defending winner of this race, is going to challenge for the pole in round 2. What's it going to take?
Can I use my private jet? I don't have one.
Yeah, it was a heck of a start for us, so I'm really proud of that lap. Everybody on this passing off Ford Mustang worked hard in practice.
There's Chris Buescher.
Reds and yellows and hot and
Let's hit those likes, y'all.
I really like what
See if we can get to 400 likes, like, really quick.
Plus just a tiny bit. We'll be in really good shape. I was really happy with balance. Work on just a little bit of turn across the middle, and we'll be in really good shape.
Nice, Ghetto.
Is this a track that demands
Congratulations.
when it comes to qualifying?
Congratulations, Ghetto.
I've had so many bad weeks here. I'm the worst person to ask for advice. And we've had a handful of good ones in the last couple of years, but I'm still learning this place. So, yeah, qualifying has been very difficult. This is already, no matter what, this is by far a big improvement for qualifying for this team. So, yeah.
3 gets the pole, 8 gets the win. You're welcome. So you're an Auburn Tigers fan, huh?
Dylan, sounds like this team already happy with their effort. And we
I almost went to Auburn.
To round 2.
And see what Christopher Bell's got in round 2. So you end up 4th.
There's Christopher Bell.
First run. So where can you be a little better? Where do you want to be a little better?
Well, I think right now the odds are stacked against us. Just going out late in Group B, you know, our tires are going to be the hottest, and this is the place where it really matters. So I don't know that we're going to be able to compete for the front row, but making the second round is a much improved effort from what we
had. Here you go, Bama, Ronnie
really
says.
All of the short
Thank you,
tracks
Freddie.
this year and even going into last year. So short track qualifying has not been good to us lately, and to make the second round's really good. Hopefully we can get a couple cars here and start better than 10th.
With all of the different variables on the table tomorrow, how does starting further forward help make some of those decisions potentially a little bit more straightforward tomorrow?
I'll be honest, Dylan, qualifying here at Richmond is probably one of the least important tracks on the schedule just because you do have so much strategy. You pit so many times that track position's a little bit easier to get here than it is other places. It's 400 laps.
You're welcome,
really
Dennis.
Long race. The biggest thing is pit stall selection. And we haven't qualified good here in the past, and we've been having really bad pit stalls and getting trapped, boxed in, or having to come around guys. So the second round qualifying effort will allow us to get a better pit stall and hopefully make up some ground on pit road.
It all makes a difference for sure. Thanks, Christopher.
So 4 races remain in the regular season, and we take a look at the playoff standings. 12 drivers.
Truex is going to be locked in here pretty soon.
4 drivers hoping for a great points night tomorrow night. But the possibility of someone below that line winning and advancing is a possibility in the next 4 races.
There were cars in practice that are not in yellow that I think had winning speed. Truex was one of them. I thought the 14 of Briscoe was good. At one point, I thought Kyle Busch showed a really good run. You know, this option tire and cautions, and you just heard, you know, Christopher Bell talk about.
Oh, but might get this.
You know, when you think this is
I had to right-click on my website, NBC website, to do it, and open a new browser. That was the only way I could do it.
With different tires at different times, but I have serious concerns about the one-car speed in Ross Chastain. They didn't qualify well, you know, but they also, I didn't think they had good race pace either, just from what I watched. However, it's a little, like we've said multiple times, when they put tires on, all that stuff is very hard to tell, but right now, if I'm Ross Chastain, only 7 points to the good.
I hope so, Ghetto. We'll be doing some games, man.
Well, I'm nervous.
Well, you think about the next 4 races, or this one included in that, but then we head off to Michigan next week. Then it's Daytona. There's that very.
We'll be doing all 4 races.
As well as Darlington to end the regular season to find out who the 16 drivers will be as far as fighting for the championship.
Yeah, so I believe there are a bunch of drivers that are not in yellow that can win at Richmond. I feel the same way at Michigan, and for sure at Daytona. I'm not sure I feel that way at Darlington, but let me tell you, Darlington is not the place you want to go in 5 or 7 points above the cut line, trying to protect against a new winner and not make a mistake at the track.
5 toys are in it. That's right.
Overdrive turn 3.
It's their track. It's a Toyota track. What's up, Matthew?
I mean, it's usually, it has been kicking off the playoffs because of its point in the schedule on Labor Day weekend. I love that they left it on Labor Day weekend, which means that now it ends the regular season.
Getting ready for second round qualifying from here at Richmond.
Who you got, Rick? Who you feeling?
I believe that Josh Berry's going to back it up.
Think Josh Berry? All right.
Josh Berry, huh?
I don't know.
Anybody else? Any predictions?
I think Reddick's lap when he made it.
19 and the 4 on the outside. What's up, dude?
Cars, but what Truex said is very interesting.
I want to see Austin Dillon get the pole. I mean,
what I think is going to hurt
he's been struggling. Be good to see him.
Remember, he has those 2 laps. You know, we're talking.
But it's probably going to be a Toyota.
Margin when it comes to this right here. So the cars that only have 1 lap on their tires, I think, have a little advantage.
Jeff, you want to take a guess?
Oh, I agree. I think Berry has a very fast car.
Maybe Todd Gilliland
with the tire situation.
Could be a surprise.
Look, I just go. Christopher Bell said he didn't have a chance, but he always seems to put himself in that position. I just don't think you can go wrong with picking him.
Can Denny Hamlin win the pole in his home state?
Sure.
I like that answer.
Look, would it be a surprise if any of those 10 sat on the pole here?
No, I mean,
so many unknowns.
I love this with no commercials, y'all. It is awesome.
That option tire in practice, how does it change the racetrack? Right? Even though it's not on the cars now, how does it change when the track is good? Like, we don't know. So it's just so many unknowns.
Oh, here we go. Denny first out. Go, baby.
I think, to be honest, for these 10, it's mission accomplished. You know, you've made it to the next round of qualifying. You're inside the top 10. Now you don't want to, 8th, 9th, 10th.
In message for the truck race coming up in about an hour's time.
Well, let's see.
You don't even have to go over there. This stream will take you there. You will be ported over there.
Top 7, get yourself an opening, take a little pressure off your pit crew.
The link is in the description above. The link above. Dalton's going 45.
One thing that's difficult being the first try out is all the drivers are talking about, having 1 lap, 2 laps, tires being hot. What is a reasonable speed? How fast can you go? And when you're the first guy, the only thing you're doing is going out there and feeling the grip. How much grip do I have? That's what race car drivers do. But an 85 is not the speed that they were wanting there, I don't think. But if you're the second guy out, you know that pace. He ran an 85. It gives you a little something to shoot for.
Interesting of approach down the backstretch. Rick, you pointed it out. I think the Fords, most of the Fords seem to be shifting on the back. At least the Penske Fords. I can't speak to Josh Berry. I don't remember what he did.
Come on, Denny. Thank you, Nicole.
An 85.
Freddie as well. Thank you so much for the subscribes. 6 more to 1834. We're almost to 400 likes.
So much faster.
Help us get to 400 likes.
I think picking up between your first run and your second run, I think that's good.
All right, Denny.
Well, they also,
I don't like this new Group A, Group B qualifying thing.
Is a positive in
don't like it at all.
Dylan's close, so 300 is makeable in a corner.
Come on, Austin Dillon.
For all these teams, I think this one the biggest, right? RCR has had a tough time this year. This car is
anyone but Joey, Billy says.
Kyle Busch is going to start 12th.
Does it say on broadcast Group B inside row? Yes, it says Group A, Group B.
He wants more, but he has to be reasonably happy with the day.
Small steps.
All right, let's see what Bubba can do here.
Wallace now on clock.
And this lap by Denny seems to be better and better as more cars run. Both Bubba and Dylan were faster than Hamlin in round 1. So far, both slower than Hamlin in round 2.
Bubba quite a bit slower.
Bubba sandbagging for his boss.
This could be a faster lap, though, for Bubba.
Bubba's one of those cars that I believe only had 1 lap on his first.
Keep hitting that like button. Keep subscribing. We're 1 more away from our goal of 18,400.
A little bit quicker, but not fast enough to move Austin Dillon out of that second.
Wow.
And you heard the frustration out of Bubba there.
I'm surprised. All right, here's Chase.
Got in the corner pretty well. Didn't really get pointed, I think, like he wanted it to. Looked a little tight to the middle.
And I think for that reason, he slows it down a little bit more here to make sure it gets to the bottom. Stays there.
Right now, 3rd row for Elliott.
Oh, he is great, Ghetto.
In the green in 1.
Oh, Chase in the green.
Corner that time. He tried something different.
Little diamond almost, wasn't it?
I actually think it worked for him. You know what I mean?
This is close.
The fact that he had a lap on his tires, and I think that change actually was a little better.
Me too.
The smile and the pat on the back from Gabe Hart. Look, he's fired up right here. That's 3 drivers that we were behind until we get into the second round. Yep. They feel like they've stole some positions right here.
Wow.
And by the way,
all right, let's see what this 45 can do.
Yeah, enough of that. Tyler Reddick said. I'm going to go ahead and.
See if he can take advantage of the cloud cover. It's not helping through 1 and 2.
Well, it takes a little bit of time for the track to react.
Honestly, I would have sworn I was subscribed, but it says I'm fixing that now. Thank you, buddy.
I can't remember the last time we had the 5th fastest of a group end up first after the second run. That's what it looks like it's going to be today.
Dirty boy Tyler. I got to meet him in Nashville. It was pretty cool.
A little bit of pickup. Will he start in row 5? Yes. Row 5 for Tyler Reddick. So front
My
row
gosh, what is
guaranteed
going
for
on
Denny
here?
Hamlin.
Denny can't believe it either. He's just like,
22.85.
what's going on? All right, now we're in Group B.
They don't even know how to react to this.
Denny's like, what?
Candy jar and nobody noticed.
Denny stole the candy jar and nobody noticed.
Right? They felt like they were disadvantaged by going early.
Now this right here could be a
Thank you, Sladen, Colorado. Your Rockies.
You know, this could be
taking on my Braves tonight. Bad feeling we're going to lose again.
I say that because I asked the question, and I don't know, kind of jokingly, which makes me think they were talking about qualifying.
All right, now it's Group B. Keep hitting that like, trying to get to 400 likes. We're almost there.
Denny is, no disrespect to any other crew chief, but I think Denny has been the most comfortable with Chris. I think Chris gives him the information he wants. Chris trusts Denny to do his job. Denny trusts Chris, and they hold each other accountable. You know, I think that what's cool about Gabehart is he'll tell Denny, you know, hey,
what
you
up,
gotta be better at this.
CeeLo? What's up, dude? What happened to your thumbnail?
Right. And I think, and that's hard to do. I mean, it's easy to say. The best advice I could never take when I became Jeff Gordon's crew chief, he told me, you have to treat me like everyone else. Easier said than done. I just couldn't do it, right? This is the guy that had won so much. He gave me my opportunity. When I became Dale's crew chief, I had more confidence in that just because I was a little bit older. I realized what didn't work. Jeff and I just went winless.
Then it got cloudy and it slowed all those guys down.
Chris, hey, this is what I need. But Gabehart does it, right? He holds a driver that is without a doubt going into the Hall of Fame.
Rockies are garbage.
Accountable, and really at every level.
Apparently not. They beat my Braves yesterday, but the Braves are garbage too.
I don't know. It's numbers based. It's green. It's this. We need to talk to Chris about one more radio.
Oh, okay.
One more radio.
Thank you, Doug. Dog. Thank you, John.
Chris is a race car driver too.
Yes.
Where did Chastain qualify? He did not qualify in the top 10. Unfortunately, it doesn't show. I'll have to go back. Hold on.
Bad race car driver. Group B now coming out for round 2, and it starts with.
All right, Logano. He was in round 1. Chastain was in Group A.
Down into 4th gear.
And he
car was not happy on corner entry.
Maybe he was in Group B.
Better that time. The tires are worse.
I'll have to look it up.
Way less wheel movement. Now just tight. Tight through the middle.
Joey Logano, P2. On the outside, even though now he is Group B, so he's the fastest in Group B. He gets to be on row 1, which is dumb.
First lap is what we'll compare Group B to.
That's the dumb thing about it. He has the faster speed than Denny, but he's going to be on the outside with P2.
Lost a little on exit, surprising, as nice as it looked through the middle.
Or he might take it away.
Bell at 22.96 bumps Logano down.
22.96. What's up, 97 Cobra? All right, man. Thank you, buddy.
Bell still at least a 1/10 slower than what Hamlin has posted. Front row for now.
3 more to go.
Comes the other Toyota. This is Martin Truex Jr.
That's cool, Matt. Here's Truex. See what you got, Truex.
It was close.
Denny must have had a really good 3 and 4 because Truex could hang with him in 1 and 2.
It was a 92 for Truex.
92.
Out of 4. Just not enough racetrack.
He's going to pull this off.
So Truex.
My money's still on Perry, Patrick says.
22.91.
NASCAR is all about entertainment now, not, yeah, exactly, time changer. We'll see. Down to these last 2 guys.
Green just can't quite get there. Losing a little through 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't like it at all, Chris. I don't like this Group A, Group B with the positions where they go.
You get the feeling they didn't either.
Yeah, their facial expressions are a little bit of shock.
They're surprised. It's close.
Busher with a 23.
And they've dodged that one. 1 more to go.
Now, see, this doesn't make any sense.
Reaction to this 4. Plus, I want to see what this 4 can run.
Busher's a 22.986. Bubba's a 22.961, but he's going to start the row behind him. Doesn't make a bit of sense.
That's a big arc getting in the corner. He really stayed out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Chase should be second. Chase should be on the front row.
Through 3 and 4. Tenth of a second slower.
I know. No, he's got a 22.850.
Row 2.
Chase has got a 22.861.
And not going the right direction.
And Denny's going to win the pole here.
The slowest car of the cars that advanced was Denny Hamlin, and here he is, the fastest when it's all over, Rick.
He wins the pole. It's his 43rd career pole for Denny Hamlin.
Drop those 11s, baby.
This season, Dylan.
Let's step in and get his reaction as he and Chris Gabehart watch all these cars go. Did that surprise you? It seemed like your guys' reaction would indicate that.
We're the slowest car in the first round, but yeah, the team made a great adjustments. That's the bottom line to it. And he told me if I backed up my time, we'd have a shot.
That's third.
But you know, certainly a great job.
He doesn't start on the outside row.
Certainly unexpected given kind of the practice and first round qualifying we had.
So what did your car do there that you felt like was the difference maker, even maybe compared to your 2 teammates there?
We just made the correct adjustments that we're going to have to make for the race as well. So I think we're heading in the right direction.
All right, Denny Hamlin on the pole for the 3rd time this year and 4th time at Richmond.
So let's take a look at how we'll start.
So Denny, Truex, Barry, Elliott. Elliott's in row 2. Christopher Bell, Dylan, Busher, Bubba Wallace.
There with Josh Berry in row 2.
Second page, you see Joey Logano, Tyler
And then
Reddick,
Logano, Reddick in the top 5. Then Blaney, Bush, Byron Gibbs, Larson, Gregson.
Noah Gregson, Kyle Larson, all the way back in row 8.
I'll read it here so you don't have to hear it. Alex Bowman, Cindric in row 9. Carson Hocevar, Zane Smith at row 10. Daniel Suarez, Ross Chastain, row 11. Todd Gillen, row 12. I didn't get those. Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece, Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, Brad Keselowski in row 15. Ty Dillon. Stenhouse, Herbst, Hunter Nemechek, Haley, and Parker Retzlaff will start last. That's how late models do it. Okay.
Start tomorrow.
Denny loves the pole. We do.
On USA. Make sure to join us there. We'll be embedded with the number 8 team and Kyle Busch.
So we'll be live at 4 o'clock.
We'll see if Denny Hamlin.
4 o'clock tomorrow for the race. So there you go. Wow, what a qualifying, practice and qualifying. I didn't expect this right here for that. But thank you, NBC app, for causing a lot of havoc to bring everybody to us. But I don't like it. I don't like it either, CeeLo. I mean, I don't. That's so odd for me to say that. But I don't like it either. So, all right. So the pin message is the truck race. We will see you guys in about an hour for the truck race. I'll be on about 6:15 Central, so about 30 minutes to refresh all this stuff and get the emojis going and all that stuff. We'll see the truck race. Pin message in the link, or it's going to take you there. So thank you guys for all the new subscribers. Yes, I am streaming the truck race, Barry. Thanks for all the subscribers today. Thanks for all the likes today. We got almost over 400 likes on a qualifying and practice stream. That is amazing. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Go get you a drink. Go get you some eating. Go get some food. Let's see who moves to the playoffs for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series final race of the 2024 season before the playoffs start. Coverage doesn't start till 5:30 Eastern, which is for tomorrow, right? So we'll be 4:30 Central. So I guess we'll come on at 4:30 Central then. So thank you guys for everything. Appreciate it. Get some ice cream too. That's right, Mark. But we'll see you in a little bit. Link is in the above message. And also for you folks, the 864 that are still here will be transported over there. So you don't have to touch a thing. Until then, thank you guys so much. Thanks for my lovely wife, Spain, for doing all the lovely wife things she does. Thanks for my mods for moderating. Thanks for my members for hard money back to the channel. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in a little bit for some truck racing on a Saturday night. We're back, baby. Let's go for some NASCAR. If not, we'll see you tomorrow for the CookOut 400 right here. And somebody is going to go home tomorrow night, a winner, with 2 VIP passes. Could it be you? You'll have to be here to see if you win. See you in a bit.